Calling out. Sam. I've been well. It's just an honor to work with both my colleagues here today. Oh my gosh, this happens every time. This happens every single time. It felt so good. It felt really good. Ah, it sucks. Oh no, no, there's no way that happened. Oh gosh, can you say something?
Testing,
There we
testing.
go.
Guys, what's going on here? What's happening?
A moment of silence for our good brother.
They
He
can't even
works
hear
so
you.
hard.
Oh, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh,
Is Brandon back? Brandon, can we get a test
wait.
from B?
Can y'all hear me? Please tell me I'm okay. I'm about to
Okay, you
crash
guys
out.
brought us back. Okay, Sam, you can come back or whatever. You fixed it.
A moment of silence for my dear cousin.
A moment of silence. So I guess we'll run the intro again.
I can't. I
Guys,
can't.
forget you ever saw it.
I
Forget you ever saw
can't
it.
live through that.
We're gonna go again.
I can't live
we're
through
gonna.
that again.
No, we have to. We're gonna go with the awkward intro again on purpose.
Okay.
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 All right.
So I'm just gonna
Um,
I'm gonna go back to the starting screen like, oh yeah, this never happened.
Yeah,
and then I need Chad to count us down.
Okay.
I need
Yeah,
Chad to count us
yeah.
down.
Chat count us
From
down.
5, please. Tonight's stories.
Calling out.
Co-host.
Shame. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comfort Level Podcast. For real this time. I'm Maddie, and I'm here with.
Brandon.
Sam.
So what happened? Can we talk about what just happened? Like,
I forgot the word this time.
okay.
Okay.
I forgot
It
the
literally
word.
was working before. There was nothing. I didn't do anything. I just had to like take Discord out and add it again, and it worked.
Okay. But we're here. We're here. ASMR Wishes is calling out, okay, haircut.
Should we cancel it? Should we just cancel the live? I don't feel good about the live.
I don't think so.
I don't feel good about the live. I think we should just cancel.
I think something in me is telling me to keep it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think we keep rolling.
Okay. 2 against.
It's
I think the
okay,
problem
Sam.
would be-
You're gonna redeem yourself. Everybody's gonna forget that this intro even happened, or we're gonna all triple down on the fact the intro happened. Either or could happen.
Well, also because before the live happened, right? So Steph was talking about how we're not letting her live the knife thing down, which I thought it was an inside joke. You wanted to die. That's cool. I hear you. I don't think they're going to let us live this down for a while, for a few
Yeah.
months, I feel like.
And I think we've had some bad intros. This takes it. This is definitely the worst.
It was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. Anyway,
Oh
How
yeah,
y'all doing?
How you guys doing?
That is the soap opera turnaround. When they're doing the intros, when they're introducing each actor, they go like, do 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 do. That's how Days of Our Lives is. They do 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 do. Yeah.
And then we fade
yeah,
off.
and then you fade
Yeah.
off. Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
we should do a soap opera.
So I saw we have 2 Aarons now. I don't know if Adventurin's here, but I saw we got another Aaron.
Is Adventure in here?
This is exciting. We got Penny, Sequoia, we got T,
Northern
D
Man.
Red, Deanna, Mickey.
We got Steph in the building.
You know?
Shout out Northern Man. We got Northern Man.
Hey, I got you, Steph, for mentioning it twice.
Northern
That's on me.
Man.
I won't mention it anymore.
Northern Man. Wait, Adventure
What's up,
got
Batman?
Wait, Adventure got taken out.
That's
What?
what Aaron said.
What?
Sam, did you order a hit?
I would never order a hit.
We got Betsy.
Hey, Betsy.
Aaron said JK, but she said it twice. So I think she said JK to the first JK.
Oh, she's
so that's
like,
what'll worry.
just kidding. Yeah, so I feel like Aaron ordered a hit because she's like, there can only be one. There only can be one.
But it's like
Hey, Haiti.
she just showed up. You know what I mean? Aaron, the other Aaron's been here. Well, where's she at now? Can Aaron speak for herself? Or
I don't
she
know.
Really
I don't know
gone?
if the other Adventurin's here yet, or she usually comes in like a little bit later. Michelle, what's up? Nicole, do we have any Megans in the chat? Who do we shout out? Like not this last episode, but a few episodes ago. We did Jordan.
We got Rachel. Any Rachels?
We need to do Kia next time in the video and Becca.
Yeah.
We got any Shantae?
And now that we know there's 2 Aarons, we got to do Aaron.
We got a Shantae. If you're a Shantae, raise your hand.
If you're
And a
Shantae,
T.
say hey.
I've never met an ugly Shantae.
We do have a Rachel. Justice for Adventuring. Hey, Alex. So, do we want to talk
I'm a
about
Betsy.
the reality TV stuff
We
before?
get it. Yeah, we get it, Betsy. Betsy, we
I'm
got
a Betsy.
it.
Thank you, Betsy.
Betsy, no. Betsy, we got it. Trust us. We know you're Betsy, Betsy. That's crazy. Yeah, let's talk about Love is Blind.
Okay, so is anybody watching Love is
Who
Blind?
is watching Love is Blind?
Saricity's watching Love is Blind.
We know Betsy is, so Betsy, you don't even have to say anything.
Actually, I didn't know that Betsy was,
No,
but okay, thank
Betsy
you for telling
for
me
sure
about that.
watching it. It's fine.
I was watching the first 6 episodes in the pods, but to be honest, it got boring. And I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of rooting for Madison. My favorite was Madison, and then I kind of dropped off because then I was like seeing people's different perspectives about how like a lot of people don't like Madison, but I was like I kind of liked her for the most part. I mean, obviously she has stuff to work on, but
Why is Betsy
and then
speaking
all
at
that
third-
stuff came out about Alex. I don't know if you guys are watching outside of it, but yeah, I was watching the first 6 episodes like myself, and then I stopped watching because it was boring to me. So I've just been watching I think it's like Reality with Ashley. I'm watching Jessie Wu talk about it, but I think she gave up, or like Kenny Kenny gave up. So
Looks like
I don't know.
Kia's the
Sam
same.
actually watched it.
Kia says I'm watching it through TikTok clips.
Yeah.
Well, after watching all the episodes, I can say, yes, it is boring. It's definitely one of the most boring seasons there is. And the wedding episode was not a good payoff. There was nothing. And now I'm not even excited for the reunion because the reunions always suck on Love is Blind. So it's going to be trash tomorrow too. Even though I guess I am going to watch it, but I'm going to be mad the entire time. It sucks.
I know. This season definitely was Love is Blonde.
Betsy, what are you talking? Yeah, Betsy.
Did you mean to do that, Betsy?
Betsy,
Betsy
was
was
that on
creative,
purpose?
But now you're changing it.
Now you're trying to go back on it. Betsy. Betsy's gonna be my new favorite, my person for today.
Betsy, wow.
Betsy.
Why?
Betsy's drunk? Stop, I'm drunk.
Betsy's having a good time.
Betsy is having fun. We need to have a drunk stream one time. We're all just wasted.
But then it's like me being like, "Am I an asshole?" I don't know if anybody wants
Mimosas
to listen
started
to a
at
story
9
from
a.m.
that.
Oh, mimosa, girl, you know I love a mimosa. That's what we need to have a brunch soon. So
It's a
instead of
brunch type
going
of
to,
day.
let's go get brunch next Saturday.
The audio would never get fixed if we were drunk on stream. No, it wouldn't.
Oh, it wouldn't
Sam.
have. It would not have.
It's
Sam,
just
don't-
Sam being like, I don't think you're the asshole.
Yeah.
I don't think you're the asshole.
I'm facing the wrong way. I'm just like, guys,
Turn around.
where's the camera?
Maddie and Brandon have to set up a Love is Blind / Bachelor for Sam. We do have something in the works, specifically not for Sam, but
That's
maybe
not
for you guys.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
Yeah.
is it for me?
But that's all we can really say right now.
Yeah, sneak peek.
Why is the Christmas tree still there? Who has a Christmas tree?
Brandon?
Who has a Christmas?
I got a brunch baddie wall. You said brunch. I'm living in brunch. All right, this is a brunch baddie wall. This ain't no Christmas. But I don't think it's me. I don't think he's talking about me.
Tabby, who is it?
Tabby, who are you talking about? Tabby, who are you talking? Tabby.
Oh, my equipment looks like it.
Oh.
The tree. Oh, this camera.
That does look like a tree, I guess.
Oh, okay.
In Antarctica. I don't know what kind of tree.
Was it me or was it Brandon, Tabby?
Because I could see you mistaking this for a Christmas tree, but
Yeah.
I assure you this is brunch material.
no.
All right.
I'm not going to say anything, but I think Tabby's drunk too. I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like Tabby's also drunk.
Okay.
'Cause there's
Thanks for the super chat, Tabby. Sorry about Sam. I
Yeah.
think Sam might have. I don't know.
There's no way that looks like a tree, right?
Oh no, it was Tabby was talking about Brandon's background.
No,
The brunch baddie wall.
Tabby's switching it up. Tabby's like, oh yeah, I meant Brandon.
I gave her an out.
Yeah,
I gave her an out.
Totally gave her an out.
No.
You're a real one, cuz. Ooh, a Bridgerton tea party stream.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Everyone dresses up. That would be really fun.
When's the next season of Bridgerton coming out?
Steph, that's kind of crazy. Oh my God, CLP must be giving away a new car.
We might. You don't know. Y'all need to pay attention.
We got something happening. It'll probably be in the next few weeks. So the announcement.
And I'm gonna say it's not a car, right?
It's not
It's
at all.
It's probably a car.
Yeah. Husky,
Yes, shut up.
Lauren is sleeping. He's thankfully not running around
Another
the
super
bottom of his
chat from
desk giving me the
Tabby.
eyes to be like, can we go? Can we go? Oh, now he's looking at me through the mirror though, so that is a little bit of a problem.
Thanks, the recipe.
But
It's actually
okay,
a shirt.
so
Not a jacket. Sure.
yeah, he's got a burnt orange shirt on. It looks great. It's the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah, show it off. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Yeah.
You feel me? It's
Yeah.
something light, nothing major.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Honestly, Emily, one of these days, Maddie's going to be streaming from the sidewalk while she walks her dog. I was literally trying to figure out how I can bring up my camera to connect to my computer so I can make breakfast. Because I just ate some hot Cheetos and now my stomach's just like,
Wait, you never
I need to
told us
eat
this.
something. This is an ingredient fridge. We got an ingredient fridge right now, not a leftover fridge.
Ugh. Are you on a hot Cheeto binge right now? Are you on a kick of hot Cheetos?
That's the only thing I have. I just keep taking little cupfuls of hot Cheetos because that's the only thing I have in my house that's not something that needs to be made.
Because last episode we were recording, every receptacle had hot Cheetos in it. Everything
Yeah.
I looked in had hot Cheetos, and I was like, I think Maddie has a problem. She needs hot Cheetos wherever she goes.
Yeah.
Eat hot Cheetos with lime.
I just like
Yeah.
pull one out.
Yeah. I went to
I
go
took it
get
upstairs, so-
toilet paper out, and I pull a roll of toilet paper, and then hot Cheetos are like in the roll of it. I did eat some. I thought they were
Wait, did you?
community hot Cheetos. But
No, they weren't.
they
were not hot
weren't?
Cheetos.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I'll have to replace those.
You just gotta
I
get some.
appreciate that, Cody,
Everybody
yeah.
has hot Cheetos. I got hot
Mhm.
Cheetos. Why don't you got hot Cheetos, Sam?
Ooh. Hot Cheetos stuffed in a giant pickle is the best way.
It
That
is
sounds
actually.
really
I've
good.
had that. It is good. Wait, how do y'all feel about the new Shrek animation?
Hot Cheetos.
He feels hot Cheetos about it.
You feel hot Cheetos about it?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I was answering Steph. But matter of fact, let me
Why am I like not wanting another Shrek? Why do I think they should stop?
I don't know. I only saw one clip about it, and it did look uncanny valley. Because I saw a video of people being like, "I'm gonna fix Shrek's face." They like put his eyes together more, and it looked like him. And so that's all I saw. So
Dang. Actually, hey, me and Sammy on the same page. I want some Pringles.
what kind of Pringles?
Cheddar and sour cream. Is that right or wrong?
For Pringles, maybe Samuel's is made different because I know the ingredients outside of the US are way better, but
you know.
Pringles here like they're whatever.
Are you serious? Once you pop,
On a
you
car ride,
literally
they're
can't
like,
stop.
I need it.
I can't stop.
That reminds me. Okay, I don't know if I should talk about my Sims on here
Oh
or
my
else I'll
gosh.
just keep going. You're talking about
I
popping
buy them
things, and
from
Thank you,
America.
Penny.
I just thank you, Penny. I just got the new basemental mod. It's not new. It's been out for a long time. And my Sims have been yeah, getting addicted to some things.
Oh yeah, you got. Tell
And
me
I'm
how to
doing it on
install
purpose.
it. I don't know how to install it.
Yeah, you just download it and put it in a folder. I can show you.
Okay.
But it's pretty great. Okay, what else is on the docket for us to talk about?
I think it's time to
They
bring
do.
back an
They do,
earlier
Tabby.
segment.
Okay.
I didn't want to bring it back, but for those people in the chat who've been in our lives for a while, we're bringing back in the comments.
In the comments.
In the comments.
Boy.
It's a segment where we review comments from a previous video where people don't quite agree with us. And I think lately we've been pretty together with you guys watching. But for anyone who's seen this last episode, there were some comments said. There were some things said about certain people, and I think it was kind of even spread against all of us. It wasn't just aimed at really one person. Am I right, guys? Yeah. I'm getting nothing. Okay. So yes, there's a story. I'm going to play the video for those of you who don't know. And then we'll talk about it afterwards. Okay? Let me bring up the video. And here we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
We live close to
Maybe
each other.
today?
I used to leave a lot of stuff at his house to avoid hauling it back and forth all the time. You know,
Okay.
This is crazy. We're going back.
We're going back.
We're
Okay.
going back. Hold on.
Thanks for standing by.
We didn't test the video.
Okay, I can hear us.
Okay.
Hold on, let me try this. Yeah, you guys vamp.
What?
You guys need to vamp. You guys need to kill time.
Kill time.
There we go.
Killing time that I left behind. I love these comments you guys are putting out here. Honestly, yeah, I should have just... They're making me laugh.
You got to dub over the video now.
I appreciate
Thanks for the
Dingo's
super chat.
cough.
Yeah, double the video. That's funny.
How much would a woodchuck? Wait, can you do that? Tongue twister? How much could a woodchuck chuck a woodchuck? Dang. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck could chuck wood? Boom. Boom.
Preaching over here.
Y'all got to do an act out?
Okay. Okay, let's
No,
act
okay,
out
wait, no.
Sam's
Sam's-
technical difficulties.
Yeah, no, Sam's trying to figure out how to fix a spaceship. We're in the middle of space right now and running out of oxygen. Sam has 4 minutes to save the world, and we're
He only got 4 minutes.
yeah, and
Sam,
we're
have you heard the song You Only Got 4 Minutes? I mean, I know you're like working right now, but
Yeah.
it's like by like this guy named like Justin Timberlake or something. Back on Earth.
Yeah.
I have heard it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel like I hear. No, maybe that's the stream. I was gonna say I feel like I'm hearing an echo, but if they don't hear it, then maybe I need
not
to mute
SpaceX.
on Discord. Yeah. So we're on the Space Y ship. And
Space Y. It's like the other spaceship, but only we got more funding, so we could take Y instead
no,
of.
you know what? You know what, Brandon? Us in Space. I've been waiting for the new episode of Severance to drop. No spoilers, but it's like really tough because the new episode takes about 2 months to get to us.
Ah,
So it's
yeah.
been like we've been on such a freaking cliffhanger.
And you know what's crazy? It's like I think Mission Control is just doing it for no reason. Like you're able to tell. You're telling me you can send me a message to be like, fix your ship, and
Right.
Sam's over there fixing the ship. You know what I mean? But it's like you can't send me an episode. You can't send me 30 minutes.
Because tell me why they can send me the new intro
Wait,
and it goes doo-doo-doo-doo.
Wait, we're on
And
the
I'm
ship?
like, okay.
Okay, I don't know what you
But
guys
then-
are talking about. I feel like it's
Oh.
weird, but I think I got the shift working now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it working?
Yeah. What were you guys talking about, though?
Oh, we were talking about how the new episode of Severance comes like every 2 months because it
Every
takes
2 months.
time to travel
Yeah.
through space.
But they can send us a message.
But they can
Like,
send us a message, be like, "There's a meteor," and I'm like, "Okay."
like your ships might malfunction if you don't fix it in 10 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever. We might die here. And I'm like, chill out.
Right.
Send me Severance first.
I do
Right.
think it's funny that in every universe, you're obsessed with Severance. No matter what universe you're in, Severance is a big part of who you are.
It's that good of a show.
And it is. Okay, so you know what we do? We run the show from the top. Sam, you got it working?
Yeah.
From the top?
All right.
From the top.
Let's just do the intro really quick one more time.
Okay.
This is how we bring him back in, the intro, okay? All right, count us down, but because you guys are really great at counting, we're going to count down from 2. All right? Tonight's stories.
Calling out.
Co-host.
Shame on us for taking this long to get to the first story. Hello, everybody. I'm Maddie, and I'm here with...
Brandon.
Sam.
All right.
Oh, we
We're gonna
can't
move on
keep
to our
doing
next
this.
segment because we're running late. Our next segment in the comments, hosted by Sam. Sam.
I did say I wanted to cancel this. I do remember saying that, and I just felt like I just wanted that to be acknowledged that I did want to cancel this. Okay, welcome back to the segment in the comments. It's where we feature you for comments on stories that you didn't quite agree with us on. We're gonna try this again. What I want is for the video to play and then you guys to hear it at the same time.
Okay.
That's my dream.
Manifest, girly.
Yeah. So my goal is really for both of those things to happen at the exact same time. So we're gonna try it. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
And I'm ready to see if I can hear it with them.
Brandon, are you ready?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, and
Setting up a camera in my boyfriend's room to catch his sister stealing my stuff and now refusing to go back to their house. So my boyfriend lives with his mom and sister, and since we live close to each other, I used to leave a lot of stuff at his house to avoid hauling it back and forth all the time. You know, the usual shampoo, conditioner, skincare, even some clothes. Over time, I started noticing little things going missing. At first, I thought it was just me being forgetful. I have ADHD, so losing track of my stuff isn't exactly unheard of. But then the incident happened. I had just bought a brand new 1-liter bottle of Wella conditioner because hair care is serious business. A week later, almost half of it was gone, which made zero sense because 1, I had also bought the matching shampoo, and 2, I always use more shampoo than conditioner. Yet somehow the conditioner had vanished at twice the speed, and within a week, nearly half of it was gone. Now, I use more shampoo than conditioner, and my shampoo bottle, the same size, was totally fine. Meanwhile, my boyfriend's sister, who had previously been complaining about needing to buy conditioner all the time, suddenly wasn't. So after a few more of my things going mysteriously missing, I decided I needed proof. I set up a camera in my boyfriend's room, facing the spot where I kept my stuff, and waited. And oh boy, did I get proof. Not only did his sister go through my things multiple times, but she also rummaged through my personal bag, like straight up opened it and looked inside twice, and who knows how many other times she did it before I caught her on camera. At this point, my boyfriend and I agreed we needed to confront her. We told his mom first, hoping to handle it civilly. His mom called his sister into the room and we showed her the footage, and this girl, with a straight face, lied to our faces, even with video evidence. And then somehow, I became the bad guy. His mom completely turned the situation against me, saying I had no right to put a camera in their house without her permission. Right, because catching someone stealing my things is worse than, actually stealing. Then, because apparently that wasn't enough, she decided to throw in, "It's always your trauma and your ADHD, so you're never wrong." I took a deep breath and I kept my cool and I said, "I'm gonna leave now because this conversation is no longer rational. But you go ahead and make me the villain so you can keep letting your daughter avoid responsibility." And then I walked out. His mom never apologized, and I feel bad because my boyfriend is very emotional and isn't eating well. He says he doesn't feel hungry every time. Also, the way his mom said harmful things to me hurt me a lot. So I'd like to ask you guys, am I the asshole for setting up a camera? And then there's some edits.
yeah. I'm glad we did it. And shout out to TikTok. They could hear everything regardless. So I guess TikTok has,
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of the way the audio is. So that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a story. I think people primarily had issues with my first response to the story. So I'm going to bring up some of the comments that we had. Here's the top comment, the most liked comment on our story, and thank God it was one of the nicer top comments because y'all was going in. But Mika1112 said on the first story, "Are we just gonna brush past how she was going through the girlfriend's bag? Even if it's not the girlfriend's house, it's common knowledge not to go through people's stuff at least. So if someone left a purse at your house, that makes it okay to go through it, and at that, take stuff out, which is totally fair comment. I think sometimes, and I'm guilty of it, I think probably the most, is I'll hear a story and then I'll key on a very small part of it and go all in on it and not really take the spirit of the story in which it's intended. Because that to me is clearly fair. I think, yeah, you shouldn't have people just rummaging through your stuff and stealing your stuff. That's like a thing that everyone should expect in their life. Especially if you have it locked away in your boyfriend's room and they're going in explicitly to steal your stuff. So yeah. Brandon, what do you think?
Yeah. I think it was one of those moments too, because usually in a lot of these things, I try to stay as neutral as possible. And then when I say I agree with one side, it's more so I can understand one side. So when Sam was saying that, I was like, yeah, I understand where Sam's coming from. But yeah, at the end all be all, you shouldn't be going through people's stuff. I totally get that. I think, yeah, because later on we went to say something along the lines of, or I went along to say something along the lines of like, if it's untrustworthy people around, don't bring stuff. But it's like I can't even trust my purse to be there. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I did. I got caught up in it. But I think, yeah, I was just more so focused on that aspect of things, and it didn't translate well for me either.
Yeah, I think Lauren's right, where it's a lot of us definitely zeroed in on it. It's not your house.
Yeah.
I will say, because I'm not guilty in this story, but I'm guilty of doing this too, and you guys also said this in the comments, is we are good for, like Sam said, focusing on one part of the story. The other thing is, like, we don't realize we're doing it until maybe the end of the episode, maybe the end of the segment. So once it's posted, it's like, yeah, we got caught up in this part of the conversation, and that's what's being posted because we didn't get back around to it. Sometimes we do get back around to it, but this was one of those ones where, for whatever reason, we just hyper-focused on that certain thing. And there was a minority of what a lot of people agreed with, but it really wasn't most of the people on the couch. And
Yeah.
that's just kind of sometimes how the conversation goes. It really is, depending on like who starts it, is like how the conversation flows.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's a person who's like, kind of like an SJ, who's like clearly being like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Where I'm more like, I mean, I get what you guys are saying, but like, I don't think that. I think that's kind of crazy, but I'm not as much as like other people.
Even though people in the comments were saying Madi was on the right side of history, and
Yeah.
the only person respecting my things. I think someone who just said that. I think it's funny. Someone was like, "I was being defensive because I do this," and I think at a certain extent, because we do talk about like, oh, I use my friend's shampoo,
Mm-hmm.
which 100% I do. Like, that's not, I'm not going back on that. I absolutely do it. And I probably am going to in the future. But I do think that's a different thing than what's expressed in the story, where the sister is like going out of her way to literally kind of break into her brother's room and steal things specifically from the
Ooh,
girlfriend.
seeing that comment though too, it made me realize. I remember when I was going on my back and forth, I think I was thinking about it from the perspective of OP, like how I would react to it. Like if I was in a situation like that, I would just be like, I'm not bringing my stuff over then. So that's kind of why I had that resolve of like, okay, maybe track it, and then if you track it, just don't bring it, because that's what I would have done. I would have been like, I'll still hang out with you, but I'm just not going to bring my stuff. But this comment is what made me realize that, because it's not Maddie being the only one I can trust to respect my things. It's not that I don't. I was just thinking like, if I'm bringing something to someone's house and I see someone stealing it, I'm just not going to bring the stuff anymore.
You
But
would bring it up to them.
Yeah,
No?
I would bring it up, but I wouldn't bring my stuff again also. So I guess if I was thinking about it from a different perspective, I could understand how that was coming off too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just, that's the perspective I was thinking from. I was like, if it was me in that situation, I'm just not going to bring my stuff in.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, I totally agree with that, but I just think it's like, sometimes for me, I have to like tell myself, when do I need to voice that? Sometimes that doesn't need to be voiced, sometimes it does. And
Yeah.
sometimes it like detracts from the original situation. So that's like,
Mhm.
it's so fun to, I think we're very blessed to be on this podcast and to have the experiences that come from it. But then it's interesting to watch yourself back because I think people have these conversations all the time. And then you have basically an audience with a scoreboard judging what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I see it as a blessing because I have learned a lot from this podcast. And sometimes y'all say stuff and I'm like, nah, I feel the same exact way. But then there's other times like this when I'm like, nah, I get what y'all are saying.
Yeah.
But the death threats,
What?
the death threats I received many death threats. I had someone egg my house. I don't know how you found my house. I'm not going to stand
All
for
right.
that.
Okay, don't.
I'm not
don't
gonna
be lying to
stand-
the audience,
No,
acting
no,
like
no.
no, he didn't get death threats.
I didn't get death
You didn't.
threats.
Why would you lie about that?
These
That's
people
so-
have genuine concern for you, and
Look
you
at,
just push
them.
that aside.
Look at them, Sam. You just let all those people astray. And it's a delay, so they're
Yeah.
coming in and we're
Now-
already
now they're
like,
oh, death threats.
But Mary, thank you for the super chat. Tabby, thank you for the super chats. Mary said, Sam and everyone else in those situations keep the conversation
Oh,
interesting
totally missed
when he
those.
has differing opinions. I think most know he doesn't mean anything bad by it. Most of us know y'all have the best hearts. Love the pod, longtime fan. Thank you, Mary. Yeah,
Appreciate it.
I agree with that. I think Sam, most of the time, because there's sometimes when he genuinely thinks that way and then his opinion change, he loves to play a good devil's advocate. He's like, I hear what you guys are saying, but like, what if I wasn't playing devil's advocate? I'm like, Sam, stop.
Well, here's the thing, because people always do say, and I do feel like sometimes you're like, oh, I am playing devil's advocate. I don't, I never think of situations one way. I don't think any situation's ever one way.
Right.
And-
it's both sides to every story.
Yeah, like I always do think that, and sometimes I do voice those things, not really like I believe this. So I guess that is devil's advocate, but I'm like, I'm not trying it to say something different. I'm just like, maybe we should consider another side. That's always what I'm trying to say, and sometimes it comes off better than others. We did have another comment. I did look for the most positive comments, and the only one I could find was, although I disagree with the first story, I really enjoy having my perspective challenged. And Addy 1080, that was the most political answer. I loved it. It made me smile. Thank you. Shout out Addy.
Shout out Addie. We can see you in politics one day. I'd vote for you. She kept it neutral. She kept it clean. Tabby said, I watched a woman in the Am I the Asshole video, had a thought that not many people agree with. The comments took it too far, attacking her personally and her appearance. On ours, because I think I know who you're talking about if you are, but if it's a different video, then yeah. It just happens.
It does. And I
Yeah.
think for the most part, I do appreciate most people are not like attacking me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are. Some people definitely are. But for the most part, people are like, no, Sam, you didn't say it. We said something we didn't rock with and we didn't agree with. I'm like, cool. I like that.
Yeah, most people are like that, and we appreciate the fact that we understand that at the end of the day, people are going to disagree. That just kind of is what it is. But the thing that we always say and we really appreciate is the fact that people disagree respectfully. So it doesn't happen all the time, but most people do it. So, yeah.
Did want to shout out Giving Gratitude 9327 who said, oh, wait, is the intro song sung by Jacob Collier? Because, whoa.
Nope. It's by our friend Joe.
It's by
He's an
Joe.
artist. I don't know what his artist name is. But
Jalen.
he does the
Jay.
King Talk.
J at symbol LLE. Jalen.
Wait, I want to see if I can play it. 'Cause I have the video up.
Wait, hold on. Maybe.
Oh no. We
Can I
have
put
we
links
have
in the
to
chat?
buy time again. I might
I
be
don't
able
think-
to.
I don't think he has it set up.
Links.
I'm gonna type his name. He's on Apple Music and all that. Apple
Penny
Music,
says
Spotify.
Sam has a hot takes, but me too, so I like it. Hey,
Okay, I'm about to play it. Hopefully it works.
He's got two. Just hit the like and subscribe. Just for that.
So you guys had croissants today, right? Or was it just?
Oh no. So that was good, man. So who? Actually, I don't know this, so I'm actually asking. How was that made? How did that get made, Maddie?
I asked Joe. So the song that we had before for a really long time, I basically pay like a monthly licensing fee to access all of this website's stuff. And then I can download it and I can use it for however long it's on the site. One day it got claimed and I was like, what's going on? And I go look at the site and it's gone. And I'm like, oh, dang, I have to find a new song. And it was like right when I was about to upload a video. And so I was like, I need to not have this happen ever again because I don't want them to claim all the past videos, which they didn't do, which I'm grateful for. And so I was like, Joe, you're an artist. Can you like make me something? And he did it. It was his first time doing something like that. And I think he freaking killed it. I love it. And that's how it happened. So
That's so dope.
mhm.
We're like a real
Yeah.
thing now.
Mm-hmm.
I know. He made it special. He made it very special and personal.
It's so
Personal.
good.
Yeah.
It's so good that I almost want to call him out for it. Like this first
story.
story.
I heard
Yeah.
Y'all heard it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah.
Y'all heard
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you
That
say?
was
Calling
hot.
out? I heard you.
it? Yeah.
Calling out, right?
Yeah, you heard me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you heard me.
All right. So this first story is of 7, by the way. We got 7
7?
stories today.
We gotta start making through these. We gotta go through these fast.
Oh,
Wait,
Sam's
I know
started
this is
itching.
like
He's like,
horrible
okay,
timing,
all
but
right.
can I take a little quick break real quick? Do something.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly have to take one too, but
Okay.
I'm like, I'm going to go too.
I'm like,
just
you
as he goes.
can't go.
You're like, why are you leaving right now?
You can't leave.
So Sam, you got a new camera, dude.
Yeah.
I know y'all noticed, okay? Hey, Dan the man.
What's up, Dan the
Here
man?
before bedtime.
When's bedtime? When's bedtime, Dan the man?
Did Ileana disappear? I don't know. Ileana, are you here?
I couldn't even tell you. To be real with you.
Lauren said, how are you going to announce 7 stories and then take a break?
I don't know. It's like, now that he's gone, sometimes Brandon's like so unprofessional. He does this, even when we're recording, we're like, okay, we're going to start. And he's like, he's not doing anything. He's just sitting there for the whole time. And then we're like, get ready to do the first story. He's like, actually, can I say I need to go to the bathroom? We're like, okay, you had like an hour before this. And he gets
Yeah.
up and then he goes to the bathroom. And then he just like turns on the TV upstairs and starts watching TV. And we're like, Brandon, we're doing the episode. He's like, oh. And he turns on the TV and comes down like he didn't know we were all just sitting down there.
You know what's crazy is the last time he did that, he took a nap and we came upstairs
Yeah.
and we're like, dude, did you take a nap? And he's like, no, I was looking for something. And I was like, we know you're sleeping. Like, you
Yeah.
have the like sleepy
He
face.
had the line. He pulled a pillow. He like went into Maddie's room, grabbed her pillow and her blanket, took it to the couch, fully laid out, and then was like, oh, I'm just playing it off. Oh, here he comes.
It was good. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Ileana, a happy birthday to
Yeah.
your mom. She said she's throwing a party for her mom.
What
Not the
happened?
cousin on cousin violence.
Wait,
Nothing.
Ileana's back?
I turned my back for 2 minutes.
I mean, it was multiple times. We've
Yeah.
turned our back multiple
Yeah.
times in this
We've
episode.
turned
3,
it too
to be
much.
exact.
I turned my back a few seconds ago.
I did miss you, Ileana.
Hey, y'all. Well, okay. Okay, what they say? What they say? No, I'm crashing out today.
Actually, let's get to that first story.
I choose violence.
No, I feel like we need to get to that story.
No, we don't need to do nothing.
No,
I'm taking over.
no, you know what? I'll say it. I'll say it.
Yeah, okay.
We have been talking about the fact that you take a lot of breaks, a lot more than Husker,
Yeah.
and it's getting to the point where you're sleeping on the job. You literally were looking in my cupboards the other day for food, and I'm like, Brandon, you know I'm an ingredient household. We don't have any food,
Yeah.
and those were the last Girl Scouts, and you took them. And then it's like you were eating all the Girl Scouts. We came upstairs the other day. You were sleeping, and then we wake you up, and you're like, I wasn't sleeping. I was
Yeah.
looking for something. I'm like,
Yeah.
you weren't looking for anything.
I just closed my eyes for a little bit.
Okay, but
I closed my eyes.
it's
and
becoming a
mad I'm
pattern.
taking-
It's a pattern.
You mad I'm taking breaks, but I'm hydrated. You feel
Okay,
me?
I want to be hydrated too.
You want to be hydrated, but you ain't, because you ain't taking as much break as mine.
That's the problem.
And I think this nickname's starting to catch on. Sleepy Joe Brandon. It's becoming a thing now.
That's a crazy nickname. But
That's a wild nickname.
Dang. I
Cannibal
guess
He ain't
confirmed.
got cookies. Cannibal? They want to be mad at me because it's like, I'm out here.
I have
I'm
my
tired.
water, Brandon. You don't need to call me thirsty.
I'm tired and hydrated. Okay.
tired.
I'm just trying to live my life. And it's like, Brandon, let's shoot this video. And it's like, bro, I haven't slept in 2 days. Chill out.
I think that's time management on your part, though, because we've had this discussion. I didn't want to have it publicly.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion, all three of us, before when it comes to time management, because it's like, what are you doing with the other, like, 20 hours of your day?
Right.
Like, if we do a shoot, it takes 3, maybe 4 hours. Where's that time going?
You know
And
what?
maybe that's not a discussion we have here because you have your ascot on, and
Yeah.
I don't want any trouble with that. I don't want any problems.
Yeah.
And you have your, burnt orange shirt on. You look really good. And it's just like, maybe
Really
we just
good.
move on.
Really good.
And it's like, maybe we just get to the first story because we have 7,
All right, but if I crash out later on,
Okay.
it's on y'all.
And I'm not saying that I love the fit. I think the fit's fire. He's fashion forward. He's always been like that, especially compared to me and Madi. He's a fashion icon.
Yeah.
But I think his attitude has kind of changed with the ascot, where he kind of looks down on us. And I don't know if this is a me perception. This can be totally me, but it feels like now he looks down on us like we're less than him.
Are you
Nah.
assuming,
No,
Sam?
and that's me. I feel like I am making an assumption. But even
Mm-hmm.
your face right now, it seems like you're above me right now. I'm
I
shrinking.
don't think that. Yeah, you're shrinking for yourself. I didn't say anything
And I don't know. Steph's like,
Putting
I feel
words
it too.
in my mouth.
Steph's kind of agreeing with me, and that, like, it's not just a me.
But can we
thing.
really trust Steph? She out here stabbing people.
That's true. Actually, I don't.
I thought we were supposed to let that.
Never mind.
live
Oh, yeah,
down.
yeah, never
like,
mind.
because I don't want Steph to be upset about that, and then something else happens because it's like we don't let the knife thing go.
Yeah.
That was in 2024, maybe. I don't know if it might have been. It
I
might have been
don't.
in 2024.
Let's not push Steph into a corner because we know what happens when she feels pressured and threatened.
I mean, you bought her out of nowhere.
Because she was supporting me. I didn't bring up the knives, and then you kind of brought up the knives, and now I feel like she has to defend herself.
Okay,
Oh my
we're
God.
calling out Brandon. We're calling
Oh
out
my
Steph.
God.
We're calling out
Oh,
everybody like
now
this
Melissa's
next story.
Stab. Now it's getting
It's getting bad.
it's getting bad. Okay, Maddie, you have to go.
Let's get to the story. Let's get to the
Next
story.
Maddie
story.
has to do the story.
First story.
Let's
First
get to the story. Let's get to the story. Let's get to.
Am I the asshole for calling out my foster carer in front of my social worker?
Oh wait, I didn't see it. Soricity got some new fan art. We'll look check that out.
Ooh.
We'll have to
Ooh,
find
okay.
that. We'll have to find that. Okay. So am I the asshole for what?
Am I the asshole for calling out my foster carer in front of my social worker? I-17 female. Oh.
I just I heard it, but I read it. So
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, foster
I-17.
care. Sorry,
Oh,
it said foster care. I didn't.
yeah,
I heard care.
yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Am I the
Oh,
asshole
oh.
for calling out my foster carer in front of my social worker? I-17 female have lived in my current
Oh,
foster home
wait.
for a little over a year.
Before you start, Maddie,
Oh,
someone in TikTok, Aurora in TikTok said, "What's an ingredient household?"
it's like you need to like add everything together to have a meal. It's not like I can go grab like leftovers or if there's something that's already pre-made. I literally need to like put a bunch of stuff together to make food. And then that's it. Yeah.
That makes
You
sense.
were
That makes
sorry.
sense.
And it takes time and I feel like I don't I don't have more than 5 minutes right now. So it's like that's why I'm eating hot Cheetos. Hot Cheetos, take it out of the bag, put it in your mouth. That's less than 5 minutes.
Does an ingredient household count as like things you warm up, like taquitos? If you have to heat it up in the oven for 10 minutes, does that not count? Or is it the time? If it takes less than 5 minutes, then it's perfect. No.
We're gonna come back to that
Okay,
after
okay,
the story.
okay,
I
yeah,
promise
yeah.
you. We're gonna
I'm
come
actually,
back to
I got
that.
really invested in that for some reason.
Bring it back
My
up.
gosh.
Anybody else is really
Yeah,
invested,
yeah.
let's bring it back up
Yeah,
after the
yeah.
story.
Patty, I'm so
response.
sorry. She said we're never finishing this.
Okay, I'm gonna read it again from the top. Everybody from the top. Here we go.
Here we go. 1 of 7. It's 1:52.
Take
It's
three.
been 52
Take three.
minutes.
Okay, am I the asshole for calling out my foster carer in front of my social worker? I, 17 female, have lived in my current foster home for a little over a year. I immediately got bad vibes on the foster carer on the first day. I don't know. She just gave me off energy that could have been me being judgmental. There is another girl who is living in the same foster home for about 5 to 6 years before me. She's also 17. And for the sake of the story, I'll call her May. We became friends, and she told me before I came that Jane, the foster carer, had showed her my personal file and asked for her opinion about me. Since then, Jane has been chatting the most shit about me to May. She tells me everything. Jane calls me rude, says I'm a bad influence, that I'm disrespectful, lazy, and have no manners. And apparently, I act like this is my house. Jane likes to rave and brag about how good of a foster carer she is and how long she's been in the company. She does a lot of things to make herself look good in front of the social workers. About a week ago, my social worker came over to help me with a housing application since I wasn't allowed to stay after 18 because Jane wouldn't get money to take care of me. Jane said those exact words to May, by the way. During the meeting, my social worker said something that completely set me off. I had to go at Jane saying that she's a useless foster carer and that she doesn't do anything that she doesn't care. A week before the meeting, I was really ill with a chest infection, and not once did Jane ask if I was okay. Her daughter made me food and tea for the entire week, while Jane literally said nothing to me. After about 4 days, Jane asked if I wanted cough medicine, and I said no. She never asked how I was doing. I brought this up during the meeting, and I told my social worker how Jane never asked how I was doing when I was ill. Jane immediately got defensive and went into the other room. She got the medicine just to prove a point that she had bought medicine for me. I also brought up how she actively chats shit about me in the house. I never said where I got the source from. I just said I could hear from upstairs. She called me a liar and swore to God that she would never do that. I also made a point that on my birthday, she didn't say happy birthday to me until later on in the day. She didn't get me a card. She didn't give me a gift. She didn't give me a cake. I also said that when it was May's birthday, everyone went out to Nando's while I didn't get anything. No one asked if I wanted to go out for my birthday, to which Jane responded, "Oh, do you want to go out this weekend?" I said no, because it defeated the whole purpose, and it also proved that she was trying to put on a show in front of the social workers. After my social worker left, we had a conversation and sorted things out. As I was going back to my room, I heard her on the phone to my social worker, telling her everything that we just spoke about. Furthermore, proving my point that she's only in it to make herself look good. Am I the asshole? I don't think so.
No.
I think this is literally like who you're living with until you're 18, and this is your home, and this person treats you like that. I think you should speak up about it. It's not fair. It sucks. I would hate that, and I think the fact that she's like doing that stuff in front of the social worker and everything, it's not right, and I think it's totally fair that you should speak up. But it kind of sucks because you're already like you're already 17, and now you have to think about like where you want to live and everything like
Yeah.
that, and But I think it'll probably be better than living here.
For
Sadly.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Side note, I think it was Angeliners in the chat. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Angeliners.
Happy birthday!
Big 2-6. Big
Heyo!
2-6. It's the best age.
You know who else is 2'6" on this podcast? Right here in this moment? The one with the ascot on.
Yeah.
So
Very
big up
good,
to you.
Sam. Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
And you know who's also 2-6?
Nobody else.
Who was 2-6 8 years ago?
Okay. Who was? Oh.
Oh. Dang.
Not the dang. The
Damn!
dang is crazy.
Damn! Oh my gosh. Yeah, about the story, it just sucks, especially in foster care. There's definitely people who are just in it for the financial benefits of having children in it. They don't care about the children. They're not doing it to give the children a good home. And they clearly show favoritism to different children. Because she was showing favoritism, I'm guessing, to her biological daughter. Or was it another foster
I think
kid?
that was another foster
Oh, that's crazy.
child.
Yeah.
She's just been there
But that-
longer.
Yeah, she had been there for like 6 or 7 years.
Okay. It just sucks. We just live in this world where people who are abandoned by their parents, it's like a coin flip on whether they'll get a good experience going forward. You're just like praying that someone good will take care of them. But I think you already have a lot of strength in yourself because you're like able to speak up for yourself. Because I think that's hard, especially growing up in the foster system and being able to advocate for yourself. I think you're going to do well. But unfortunately, you're just going to have to stick it out until you're 18 and you can get out of the situation.
I think Emily has a good point. She said if she doesn't speak up, that woman will keep fostering and do the same thing to future kids. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Because her speaking up could potentially change it for other kids where they wouldn't be sent there. And then Miss Lauren also said, shouldn't that be a breach of privacy to show your file to another foster kid? I feel like it totally is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what's going to happen with like her reporting that. Well, I guess she didn't say that because you can't necessarily prove that, and she doesn't want to out the girl who was telling her all that stuff. And I don't know if they're friends or not because I'm like the other girl being like, yeah, she said, what did she say? I didn't know if it was like a rivalry between the two of them, but I guess she was just saying bad stuff about her.
Yeah.
Oh, they did become friends, and so she was telling her that she showed her everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, at least you, like, something good came a little bit out of it. Because sometimes you can just feel completely alone. You have, like, no one in the house. Everyone's against you. At least you have a friend to speak with.
Yeah.
'Cause being
So
alone
top comment
sucks.
here. I've never dealt with a foster care system, so this is just an outside perspective and maybe useless. I'd say not the asshole. The caseworker needs to know this information not just to make sure you're receiving proper care, but when considering future placements, I also think it's good you said everything with Jane present so she can't claim you were talking behind her back. I hope she lives up to her end of the discussion in the months you're still there, and I hope you have a wonderful, successful life when you get out on your own. And somebody else responded to that and they said, I was fostered from the age of 3 until I was adopted later. My parents set unbelievably high standards, and I felt like I was always never good enough. Despite distinctions in 12 music exams and winning nearly every competition I entered in, it wasn't good enough. I went off the rails and I dropped out of school. I had to catch up later in life, but I ended up with 2 degrees. My self-esteem was shot to pieces, but I met a super guy and I got married, and now I have a 21-year-old son and I'm happy and confident. Don't let your foster mother put you down. The world is out there and you can do anything you want. I hope you go on to have a wonderful life. Don't let negative people drag you down.
Hey, that's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
No cry.
Wait, TikTok. Fatty with a flatty. That's a great username. What is y'all's names? So I feel like
Maddie.
we have to do the intro again. So
Okay.
Oh,
All right, we're gonna run it back.
okay,
We're gonna run it back one more time,
Fatty
guys.
with a flatty. Here we go.
Just gonna be really quick.
Yeah, really quick.
All right, ready?
Yeah, hold on. Start.
Tonight's stories.
Calling out.
co-host.
Shame on us, but shame on you. But no, shame on us. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comfort Level Podcast. I'm Maddie, and I'm here with
Brandon.
Sam. That was really
So
good.
there you go.
That was really good.
There you go.
That was really good. So
There you go.
I hope you got, and Fatty thanks us. Fatty with a flatty, sorry. I'm just calling you Fatty.
Wait, what'd you say?
I just said, I shortened it. I just said Fatty. I was like, I shouldn't shorten it. It should just be Fatty with a flatty.
You're like, I had to say the whole
I
thing.
have to say the whole thing. It's disrespectful.
That's funny.
Thanks, friends.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Like this next story.
Woo!
Ooh. It's in there. Oh yeah, it's
All
in
right.
there.
We got the title card here. Am I the asshole for not paying my friend back?
Yes.
From the sounds of it, yeah.
I think you're always an asshole. If you're writing the story and not paying them back, you're an asshole. You know you owe them. You know you owe them.
You got time to write, you got time to pay.
Yeah. How about you write
You
a
got time
short
to write,
story?
you got time to work.
Yeah.
Work to pay me back.
Submit a story to the New York Times and get paid for it. Right? Become a published author, best-selling author in the New York Times. I don't know why the New York Times is sticking for me.
Okay.
Play Wordle, owned by the New York Times.
Why Wordle?
They own it. When's the last time you played Wordle?
Last time we read the second story.
Oh.
Was it recent or?
Oh.
Was it now or recent? Before we start a whole new topic. Is it now or has it happened yet or? We're an hour in.
Yeah.
We've
And
done
we
the
got
intro
one
5
story.
times. And
Four.
Fatty with the Flatty needed
Four.
to happen.
4 times.
But the second story. Is it time? Can we go? Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Shush does say, why are you guys not together?
Oh, I love your profile photo.
Is that Ash Trevino?
That's Ash Trevino.
Oh my gosh.
We're at our houses. That's why we're not together.
Yeah, we're at home. Sorry.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not paying my friend back? My friend let me borrow $150 2 weeks ago. She gave it to me in cash, so I was going to pay her back in cash. When I got paid this past Friday, I texted her letting her know I was going to drop it off to her on my way home from work. She responded by saying to Cash App her instead, and I immediately followed up with her cash tag. I sent it right away, and about an hour later, she texted me asking if I could send it to her ASAP. I replied saying I did. She said she didn't get it, and I started panicking, thinking I sent it to the wrong person, but she responded before I did and said she sent me the wrong one. For example, instead of Jane Doe 123, she sent me Jane Doe 313. I simply said, yikes. Here's where it gets messy. She asked me if I could send it to her again, and I didn't have it. I'm struggling right now, hence the reason I had to borrow it in the first place. Even if I did have it, I don't feel like I should have to give it to her. If it was my mistake, I would have figured something out, but that's not the case here. I didn't want to tell her that though. I didn't know how to respond, so I just said, "Let me call Cash App." And when they pretty much told me tough luck, I thought hard about what I was going to say, but eventually I texted her saying, "I called them and they said there's nothing they can do. I really don't have it. I don't know what else to do." And she said, "Okay." I haven't heard from her since then. I figured she was upset. Anybody would be when they lose money. I found out this morning, though, that she's pissed off at me. One of our mutual friends, Ash, called me. Apparently, Jane believes I should send her money and figure out what to do with the other 150. That's not going to happen. I want to call her, but I want to ask if I'm the asshole first. My judgment will determine how I approach this conversation, and then there's edits.
Oh man, no, I don't think so. It's unfortunate. I mean, because even Cash App says this. Like, Cash App is the scammer's choice because of there is no way to get the money back. Like, once you send it, they're like, hey, it ain't our responsibility anymore. And that's why they do the whole phone number thing. Like, does this match? Do you recognize this person? To make sure beforehand. Because, yeah, once it's gone, that thing's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't your mistake, if you're like, I literally just sent it to where you told me to, I'm not going to spend $300 now.
When I needed to borrow $250
Yeah.
to begin with.
Yeah. So it's rough. Oh, that sucks. Because I feel for the other person too. You're like, dang, I just want my money back. I made a typo. My phone's laughing at me because I auto-corrected. It took that number out. But I'm like, that's not my problem.
Yeah. This is an unfortunate scenario all around.
Yeah. I think Lauren has a good idea, though. She said, that's why I always send $5 first, and I have you confirm that you got it before sending the rest.
Ooh, that's smart.
That's pretty smart.
That is smart.
Yeah.
I thought someone was talking about, too, like, you can send... Well, I know you can send your profile straight to somebody. At least on iPhone.
Yeah. Somebody else was saying, further up, they were saying, yeah, I just copy-paste my thing. Like... You can just copy it and
that's what I do.
Yeah, I just send the QR code. Okay, there it is.
I do that specifically because I'm like, I feel like I forget mine. I'm like, I'm not gonna type it out, so I always go in the app and I copy it and I paste it to them. But I also feel like I'm paying the same 4 or 5 people anyway, so it's like I don't even really worry about that because I'm just paying the same people money.
Yeah. Tabby thinks it's the same person, but it's a different name that they said the second time, right? Tabby's like, what if it was just a ruse to be like, hey, send me money twice?
Oh, that would be shady. That would be... Oh, that would be crazy. I didn't even think that diabolically.
Desiree said, I just sent a screenshot. That's what I do too. I just screenshot my profile. Yeah. Emily said, all this would have been avoided if the person loaning the money would have accepted a cash payback. Hey, Jamie.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
But cash, sometimes you ain't got cash.
Jane, what is it? Jane 13. Jane 13 was up 150.
Oh, Jane. Yeah, Jane Doe 13.
Yeah, Jane Doe 13 was up.
She said it's my lucky day. Mm-hmm.
Didn't even say anything. They're like, yep. Like, pull that money quick out. They're like, before they try to take it, I'm going to immediately deposit that.
Jay Leany Weenie said that's why I use Zelle. Yeah, I haven't really used Cash App or that's usually what I ask first now is do you have Zelle? Because it's just usually set up directly with people's bank accounts. So
Yeah.
Or Venmo.
yeah.
I'm personally, I'll have any app that lets me get money. So if someone's like,
That
hey,
too. That
if I
part.
use this app, I'm like, I'll get it.
I got it.
Because I have one friend, Josh, friend of the show.
Shout out Josh.
He will not. I'm like, I'm trying to pay you money back. I have this app, this app, and this app. He's like, I don't have any of that. I have this weird app. And I'm like, do you want money then? Because I'm trying to give you money. You do the work of getting the money. I'm trying to give it to you. I just don't want to download that. Then okay, then what are we doing here?
That is true. If like after my fourth suggestion, you're not willing to get it, I'm like, okay.
You don't want it then. I guess you don't want money. That's a you problem.
You blocking your blessings. All you had to do was hit download.
All you had to do was hit. That's all you had to do.
People commenting from Patreon, I thought you were making people up. You talking about Deanna? Am I missing people on Patreon?
No, we got there's people for real and behind the wall.
Behind the wall.
Behind the wall.
Wait, Jaylene Weenie, chill out. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that.
Every single time we're live and Jay Leany Weenie says something, it does make me chuckle a little bit, but I'm like, should I be chuckling? Should I be chuckling?
Exactly,
I don't want Jay Leany Weenie to come for me.
This is exactly it.
Sam is like, help me. Help me.
Was there an edit?
Is there an edit? Is there an edit, Sam? Yeah, there is. Thanks for pointing that out, Sam, because now I'm back and we're about to do an edit. Thanks to Sam, everybody.
Oh.
Shout out to Sam. All right, edit. Thanks for all the replies. I wanted to respond to more of you, but I was overwhelmed and I didn't expect this to blow up the way it did. Anyways, I did end up requesting the money back. They haven't sent it, of course. I didn't initially request it because I didn't and I still don't think they would, but some of you convinced me and it doesn't hurt to try. I still haven't called her, but I do know I'm not going to send any more money. I did talk to Ash more about it and she thinks I should offer to work it off. I'm okay with that. I'll call her tomorrow, but I probably won't update again. But again, I appreciate all the responses.
That is a better person than me. I don't know if I'm.
Yeah. What does work it off mean?
That's scary.
It's like, hey, can you give me a ride somewhere? I don't know.
I feel like that's too vague. Before I would accept it. What does working off mean? Because you about to make me do free labor, and all I needed was $250. That's crazy.
I need you to be my DD for the next 3 months. I go out every other weekend.
Yeah, I'm scared about work it off. I'm scared about work it off. I'm really terrified.
That's so vague. That's menacing. That's so vague. What are you going to have me do?
What will you have?
Some shameful things like this next story?
I
found the picture, guys.
What picture?
From Saricity. I think Saricity.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Wait, let me see if I can.
I love fan art. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I like the anime eyes too. That's so dope.
Why do I feel like that's giving like Kim Possible in a good way? Like if I was in Kim Possible, that's who I'd be. That's me. This is real. This is me.
This is all I wanna
This is exactly
be.
what Sarissa T thinks I am.
Hmm.
I don't wanna be anything because this is me.
I don't think it showed up
This
on the stream.
is me.
Huh? What?
Did it show up on the stream?
No, I didn't put it up. I was just
Oh.
trying to look at it, but I'll put it up.
Oh, gotcha. We're like over here thinking that they're seeing it too, and they're like, guys, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh,
Bam.
bam.
That's actually. Why do we look cooler?
I know. I'm like, can I look like that actually?
Mm-hmm.
How do I look like that?
That's kind of crazy.
All
I
right,
like
so
that
this
a lot.
next story is, am I the asshole for shaming my kid sister into cleaning her room? Older siblings on the pod. What do you think about this?
Shaming his sister into cleaning her room?
Yep.
To be honest, I don't care that much about my sister's room.
Oh, oh my gosh.
The only thing I can do is just be an example. If that's not my place, I mean, I can like joke about it, but I don't care that much to be like, you need to clean your room. Your room gonna be messy. Your room gonna be messy. My room's clean over here. We good. I got
But
a
when you
theme
walk
and
by
everything.
it, do you shame it a little?
Mm-mm.
You shame it a little. You're like, what's in there?
I'm like, dang, I can't walk on the floor, but hey, that's all you. I'm gonna go back to my oasis, you know, my brunch baddie wall, where everything in the room matches. But you do you. That ain't on me.
I actually do agree with that. I didn't care what my sister's room, because it was nasty, but I'm like, what's that got to do with me?
Yeah. Yep.
One time she said, because her room was so messy, she was like, she woke up and there was a squirrel in her room.
You're lying.
Is this real?
This is real. She's,
Okay.
You're lying.
I don't know if it actually happened. This is what she said to us. She's like, she woke up and she freaked out because we heard her scream, me and my mom. She's like, ah! And we're like, wait, what? She's like, there's a squirrel in my room. And we're like, what? And her room's so messy. We're like, ah. And we're looking and we're like, we don't see anything. She's like, it was in here. And we're like, it's so dirty. We don't know if you're lying. It could be true or it could not be true.
So to this day, you still don't know.
We still don't know. She does claim that it was there.
Well, wow.
But to clarify though, Lisa's fairly she's like me. Now, but before well, Lisa.
Shout out Elise,
Okay.
man.
Shout out Elise, man.
Shout her out.
She got a YouTube channel. What's her YouTube channel called?
Elise. I think it's literally just her name.
Okay.
Which I don't know how she pulled that.
Wait.
I don't know how she pulled that either. But then it's like you can do like multiple, like the same username on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah. It's not like, hey, you can't use this.
interesting.
Yeah, it's at Elise Gaines.
Boom.
She just posted her second video yesterday.
Yeah, she did.
About how this guy at the gym like tried to kiss her or something like that.
No, it was a creepy guy at school. Oh,
Oh.
wait, it is. No, yeah, he did.
Yeah, I was
oh,
like-
okay.
I'm pretty sure I know your
I'm
sister's
ahead.
YouTube video.
Yeah. So, like, I'm a subscriber.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this next story is, am I the asshole for shaming my kid sister into cleaning her room? I, 21 female, live with my 2 kids, while my sister, 11 female, lives with our mom in the same town. Mom rarely asks for help and tends to handle things on her own. However, my sister is very manipulative, constantly blaming mom, saying she doesn't care and ruins her life. Recently, she screamed at mom for not washing her school uniform, despite having a pile of clean clothes, including her uniform, in her room for over a week. She also trashed her room, dirty underwear, clutter, food packets, moldy dishes, no
Oh,
sheets on her bed, and no clear path through the mess. She takes food upstairs despite it not being allowed and refuses to clean, even when mom helps. She even yells when mom tries to clean it for her, insisting, I like it like that.
mm-mm.
Mom
Oh,
has tried everything, cleaning with her, guiding her, letting the mess build up, even cleaning it herself, and nothing works. When I casually joked, let me stay with her for a day and bully her into cleaning, mom shocked me by genuinely agreeing, which showed how serious, which showed me how desperate she was. So we swapped houses for a day. With mom's full permission, I went full mean girl. I took my sister's TV, phone, tablet, and laptop and told her, if you're going to live like a wild dog, I might as well put you in a cage. Mom gives you everything, and this is how you repay her. Your 4-year-old nephew keeps his room cleaner than you. Maybe we should send a picture to your school friends. She huffed and puffed, stomped and cried, but ultimately cleaned her room, proving she could do it. And when mom came back, she was nearly in tears with relief and hasn't stopped thanking me. My sister now hates me, but if it makes my mom's life easier, I can live with that. Most of our family understands why I did it, but my grandmother and aunt are mad, saying I should be the cool older sister she looks up to, not the one who breaks her down. But as a parent myself, I feel for mom more than I do for my sister. Am I the asshole? I'd say no. Being the
Yeah.
youngest, being bullied by your siblings into doing things, I'd say it works. You know, I think there was definitely a few moments in my life where I could have been a different person if my sister mainly didn't shame me into being better.
100%.
There was like a few moments where I would have like angry outbursts and I would say something really mean. I have an example where I said something really mean to my brother. And the moment I said it to him, even though he was being mean back to me, it was like he wasn't being that mean. He was just like teasing me. But I was just like, I said something really mean to him. And she was like, don't you ever say that ever again. Like she was like so disgusted with me. It was
Hmm.
one of those moments where it kind of takes you, like you're in shock. It kind of takes you out of the anger response that you're in. And I feel like not only with that, but just with other things, she can be really honest with me and she tells me exactly how it is if it's for the benefit of my mom or for future me.
Hmm.
So I don't think there's anything wrong to a certain degree of like your sibling like shaming you into doing stuff like this because they're trying to help not only your mom but also future you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me personally, I don't see this as shaming. I see it as course correction. Just hard course correction.
Yeah.
Because when you're, I understand having a messy room. I understand that. But when it's to the point where little, like, mold is growing, that's a serious problem. That's course correcting. Because I feel older siblings have a bit of parenting in them because of
Yeah.
what you just said. Like we can give harder lessons than our parents can, but it's a lot less looked down upon because it's coming from a sibling. I feel like,
Hmm.
but yeah, the mold is what got me. I'm like, okay, yeah, nah, she needs a hard lesson. This is one of those hard lessons because guarantee you she's gonna keep that room clean now,
Yeah.
and like just like quietly coaching someone through it. Sometimes some people need to learn the hard way, unfortunately. But I'm glad that it played out like this. Uh, I feel like it's going to be also one of those things where they're going to hate you for a little bit, but once they understand what it was in the end all be all of it all, they'll be like, "Thank you."
1,000%. Stuff like that, it's always temporary. And
Hmm.
then it'll get better. It'll change. They'll need you for something. They'll want to share something with you, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh,
And I think it's important because um, sometimes we get stuck on a parent has to like do all the work, like they're responsible for all the parenting, and we get away from like to raise a child as a village. Like it takes multiple people. It's very hard to raise a person, and we get different things from different kinds of people. We get different things from our siblings. Someone closer to our age who's went through a similar experience as us, we might receive things differently than from someone who we see as our parent as an authority figure who we might not think completely understands. So it's different coming from your older sister, do this is crazy, then it comes from your mom who's like, oh, parents don't understand. And you're like, nah, chick, you're nasty. And I'm gonna say it in a real way to you. And like, and because I'm your sibling, I ain't gotta be nice to you. Like sometimes you feel like your parents might have to be more softer about it, less heavy-handed about it. You're like, no. And then the mom like, hey, yeah, like we're trying to make you the best person you can be. And if I got to get your sister to like turn into Guantanamo Bay and like put you in Britain, like that's what we got to do. So
Yeah.
I'm into it. I think it's a good idea, and I think it's probably how a lot of families should like handle stuff. You go to different family members for different situations, and you can learn different lessons from your grandmother. You learn different lessons from them, from the, like older person, your parents, your family friends, siblings, and like all that. Like you learn different things from them.
Mm-hmm.
But Americans, we're so like individualistic, and we kind of like, nope, we're not going to share any problems or any of that with other people. We're going to handle it all on our own. And I don't think that always works the best.
I don't think it does. I think it helps like when you have people to fall back on.
Yeah.
But you guys were saying like some really good stuff in the comments. I think it was Steph who had mentioned something along the lines of like the fact that she was even speaking to her mom. Like she said, forget the room. There's no way I'm allowing my younger sibling to yell at my mom.
Ooh,
like
yeah,
speaking to
yeah,
her
yeah.
that way. Yeah. I think Deanna did say that she was like, she thinks maybe the wording could have gone a bit too far. I feel like I can agree with that. I also think since, well, the sister's 21, but I was going to say, I don't know if I want to say it's right or wrong, but I'm going to be like, I feel like my sister's probably said something like that to me. I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but yeah.
That's the thing. I don't think it's right or wrong. I think some things are just what they are. Like for some people, you're like, that is too far. And some people are like, nah, I'll say worse than that.
It also depends on the dynamic of the family. Some people can have those like really harsh, and they're like, nah, that is borderline bullying, but they're like, no, it's fine. That's like Tuesday.
But Deanna saying
feel like
the
I think
threat of the
people-
pictures alone, I think I would have done it.
Yeah.
Which is also a thing too, that your sibling would know that. Like your mom
Yeah.
might not even think to that as a punishment, but your sister is way closer to age, and you're like, what would I be afraid of if I was in this situation? And that's what I'm going to use to threaten you.
Yeah. E. Christensen said, but yeah, isn't it primarily a parent's job to impose healthy boundaries / expectations and consequences like grounding and taking devices, etc.? I think it is. I feel like because of the parents, like her mom saying, yes, you can. But I do think it also helps with like Sam's kind of whole argument of saying I feel like it helps a lot more when it's not just one person telling you to do something. You're like, oh, a lot of people agree with like what my mom say. Maybe I really should take what she has to say to heart. And I also don't necessarily think it's like the mom is going to be letting her sister do that all the time, like her oldest daughter. But I mean, usually it would be them. But when you become desperate, you might try different things like this.
Yeah, because not everyone grows up with the fear of their parents. Like, I grew up with the fear of my mom, so I was, if she told me to do this, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it, but not everyone has that. And I don't know if fear is necessarily a thing that you necessarily want with your children to get them to do things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Wait, what does that
And I
even
feel like
mean? I'm getting slaughtered out here.
I feel like back to who was it? The comment we just had posted too. Yeah, the parents do like impose all those things, but you know, with the whole taking a village, the siblings can reinforce it.
Yeah.
It's like a second layer. You know, you impose it on the family, the siblings, correct it when it's out of shape, keeps the culture going.
And that's when you have a strong family culture. Like, this
Yeah.
is what we do and this is what we don't do. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not like even when our parents are gone, it is the older siblings, even the younger sibling too, like, hey, we don't do that. And when you do something
Yeah.
against the culture, it doesn't even have to be older to younger. It's like someone saying, hey, this is what our culture is.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to keep you in line because that's what we do. Like that, it does get stronger the more people buy into it. And if we don't, it's weird. I'm sorry. Our culture is we don't have mold in our rooms. And
Yeah.
it sucks that I have to be the one to like hammer it to you, but that's our culture. We got clean rooms. And that falls for me too. It falls for mom. It falls for
Mm-hmm.
everyone in this house. Like that's what it is.
I think I'm not going to speak on it too much because I really just I don't have it, so I don't really know how much to say about it. But I think there is discussion of potentially the younger sister having like depression or something like that, and maybe that's why her room got to be that way. So I think that's maybe just something that we should bring up and maybe just understand that that's something that's happening in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
I think it seems like a lot of people maybe are going back and forth on their opinion or being like yes or no, but that might be another reason as to what's happening. But I'm not going to speak on it too much because I don't really have much understanding of it.
Yeah, I think as a person who lives with depression, it definitely is a thing where you're like, I just don't want to do anything, and I'll let things build up, build up, build up, because I literally have no energy. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to change it, and that definitely should be addressed for sure. But sometimes you gotta pop out and clean
Clean room.
Clean rooms.
clean rooms.
Pop out and clean rooms.
Clean room.
So you can make it comfortable, like this next story.
Yeah.
The soundboard
Yeah, I
is
seen that.
weird.
Did you guys just like house or wherever you're living ever just make noises sometimes? You're like, what was that?
Yeah, this house is constantly going crazy and just doing stuff. It's older houses, man.
I think it was like the computer and then there's like the more of like the house maintenance stuff like behind in front of me, but I did heard like a ooh,
Oh,
like
Oh.
I think it was my computer or like one of my hard drives, but I was like, okay.
are you guys investigators or are you sitter and fearers?
It depends on the time, what type of timing I'm
Depends.
on.
It depends.
Sometimes I'm ready to like, all right, it is what it is. If I gotta do what I gotta do, then other times I'm like, I'm gonna just rationalize it. I'm fine.
I think I'm gonna investigate and protect myself if I can, but I can't sleep if I don't investigate. I don't know what that is. Like if I'm like my doors are locked, I'm gonna look out the window really quick. But no, that happened to me and my mom the other day because I was down here and I had my lights on and they were like it was just like mood lighting, but we were watching TV and we hear a pop, and she looks at me and I look at her and she's like, "What is that?" And I was like, I don't know what that was. That's been happening the past few days. And the times that it's been happening, nobody's been down here. It's been dark. And I think honestly it was one of my lights that just kind of stays plugged in and then I just turn it on and off with a button or like whatever, but I was like it sounded like a pop, so it could have been like a light explosion or something. I think it was just like, you know, sometimes you have something on for so long it like cracks. Like it you're like
I've never.
I feel like it's normal. I don't know. Maybe not. But you'll just hear like plastic like crack a little bit. Like I don't know. It makes noises. It moves sometimes. Maybe this is wrong. But We heard it, and the way we both looked at each other, we both slowly walked down the stairs together, and we like turned the light on, and we're like trying to figure out what it could have been. I just unplugged everything, and because I was like, I don't know what it is, and we never found out. But I haven't heard the noise since then. I usually just turn all of my stuff off
Yeah.
before I go to bed, so I just assume it was something electronic, but I don't know.
I'm definitely not an investigator. And I think it's because I live alone. I'm even more scared because I have had 2 bats and a rat in my house. So if I hear like rustling, I'm literally just sitting in fear. I'm just like literally sitting like crunched up. And I think it was a few weeks ago, I heard like rustling. Mind you, I knew what it was because I was like sitting there and I heard rustling. I'm like, oh my God, that sounds like a bat's wings. That sounds like a bat's wings. And I'm just quietly like frozen. I won't leave my office. I'm just locked up like this. And then finally I hear it coming closer. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to fly in my room. And I was like going to like close my office door and I see my vacuum go up high. And I'm like, you literally just started the vacuum, Sam. You did it and I forgot about it. And I thought it was like crawling around in my house. Like, oh, the fear, but I'm not an
I don't know if I can
investigator.
do like electronic things. Like you have like like you try and like make your things like automatic. That would creep me out if something just started moving like that. I'm like, I know.
It sounds
I didn't do
scary.
that.
If you don't remember, it does. The vacuum actually sounds terrifying because it's like crackling. But I wish I had like a Mama G to go down the stairs with me. It's so good. Like I do miss that when I had roommates. It's like you had a person to be there with you to go investigate. Because I'm like, I'm alone. I ain't got nobody to investigate. I can't call nobody. They're like, what's your name? I'm like, oh, there's like a sound in my kitchen. Can you come over?
Yeah. Anyway, house noises sometimes can be really creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, where are
I
they?
said comforting.
Comfort, yeah.
They're going crazy in the
Am I the
comments.
asshole for not comforting my boyfriend after he didn't like my cooking?
Wait, what do you? What happened? What?
Oh, is it a casserole?
Okay, that's
Oh no.
reasonable.
These two in
crash out.
casseroles, which I can get, I can
Crash out.
understand.
That's a reasonable crash out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. If it was a casserole,
She's like, I got a tuna tetrazzini. And you're like, oh, I just start crying. He's like,
crying.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
know how I feel about casseroles.
You know, I've had several conversations with you about casseroles. You know it, Preefy. It's horrible. Thank you, Deanna. Deanna's never eaten a casserole,
Yeah.
and I pray you never will, Deanna.
I
I pray you never will.
I'm gonna be honest, if you come to Mama G's house and I'm not cooking, she might make you a casserole.
She's gonna make you a casserole.
yes.
She might make you some white people chicken tacos, which are very enjoyable.
They're
If
delicious.
Those
you
are-
love a good white people
Eat
chicken
down.
taco.
They're delicious.
Mhm.
They're very good.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
They're different, you know, but they're good.
They are
They're
good.
spicy. Or she might make you a casserole. So
Spicy.
And-
something with chicken in it probably, or she might make you some chicken strips.
They're spicy. I never had.
The spicy chicken tacos?
Yeah, I never had spicy.
We literally just
Well,
had
whenever I
a
make it,
couple
I
weeks
add
ago.
like a lot of seasoning so that it is spicier. But my mom likes to keep it on the tamer side because when my brother comes over to eat, he's like, "These are too spicy." I'm like, anyway.
It has salt on it, buddy. The spice tickles my tongue. Like the salt.
up. Man up.
I'm like, I don't think it's spicy enough, Nate. Like, I need something more.
Please, I'm praying.
I'm not with you. Casseroles are not common. Yeah, they're common here. Unfortunately.
Oops, Tabby got pizza. Okay.
Last
Little
time-
Caesar's deep dish on fire right now.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, Miss Lauren's talking for the broccoli cheddar cheese rice casserole.
Uh-oh.
And Miss Lauren, I trusted you. And
Yeah.
I've always trusted Miss Lauren. Like, that's like anything she says, I'm like, she's probably on the right side. Until now.
It's
Well, you haven't tried it yet.
I haven't tried it.
I don't think
I don't think
Lauren would put herself on the line like that unless it was some serious casserole, like in a good way. Because she knows how you guys feel about casserole, and she's telling you, check this one out. This one in particular
Because
isn't too bad.
I'm not mad at broccoli cheddar. Like, broccoli cheddar soup, I love me some broccoli cheddar soup. But then it's like the casserole of it all that really gives me pause.
Yeah, I'm nervous about it. I'm not quite certain that it's gonna sit right with.
It's not. But maybe she's right. Brandon, should we try? We should try broccoli cheddar rice broccoli cheddar rice. Oh, God.
Lauren, do you have the recipe?
Me saying it, I'm like,
to us?
Yes. You reading it, I got icked out again.
Yeah,
If you have the recipe and you want to email it to us, we'll make it
we'll make it.
and we'll try it. And if I can get us to make it like in film it, we'll do that. But I'm not promising that. But we'll definitely make it and try it.
You've been wanting to do a cooking thing. This could be your first
I've been wanting to do it for a
cooking.
while.
Yeah.
For a while. Oh, that could be like our cooking show. Is like before, like after we have our guests over and we all eat, we do something that like the subscribers suggest. They're like, "Hey, you guys need to try this."
But they just keep sending us casseroles.
Ooh.
That's what I'm afraid of. Is that all we get is casserole recipes.
Betsy's sober. Can we get an applause for that? Betsy's sober.
Betsy.
He done came down.
But where Mama
I love
Mosa
the
at?
applause that you got where it's just like kind of like scattered, Sam.
It's a funny.
There could have been more support there,
Yeah,
Betsy, but for
that's-
whatever reason.
that's-
It was like a golf clap.
So small and tiny.
That's like
What's
a parent meeting clap.
What's Candy or K? If we're trying recipes, can you something from Candy or K? What's that? Is that a cooking channel?
Yeah, we might need to. Yeah.
The Savvy Accountant. What's up?
What's up?
And what do you
Hey.
what do you mean? I feel like this is my first life. What do you mean? I feel like. What does that mean, Savvy Accountant?
Do you feel or do you know?
Do you know? You should know. Is it in your heart? You feel like it?
You feel?
No.
Savvy, you know exactly if you were here or not. There's no way.
It's like, why are you trying to convince us?
Yeah. I don't know if you're so savvy if you don't know if you're here or not. How savvy are
Oh,
you?
Kay's cooking and Candy's cooking.
Okay. Did
I
she?
may have caught a lot. But I think this.
Okay.
Oh, she
Savvy.
really was serious. She was like, it might,
No, she's
maybe.
like, she's actually confused, and I think something that Betsy gave her some mimosas because Savvy a little tipsy right now.
Doesn't sound that accountable.
Dude, I would love to do a
Okay,
mimosa
Emily,
live.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm judging by the. You never know, but the thumbnails, I'm getting a little worried.
What's King? Oh, you're looking at it?
Yes.
Now I want to see. Now I'm very curious. Kay and Candy?
Oh my gosh.
This was a troll, wasn't it?
Very much was. Okay, so reading this story, we found out that the Savvy Accountant's probably the first live.
Yep.
Hey, welcome in.
Tabby's got pizza. She's back with pizza. Thank you,
Tabby's got
Tabby.
pizza. Lauren's hopefully sending that recipe. And we're about to read this story.
And Betsy's trying to plan another time to drink alcohol. So I think we're all accounted for.
Listen, Betsy can have a good time. All right. She just had a good mimosa brunch.
And I want to show up. So Brandon, you did say yes to brunch next week.
Sam, I will I will jump out of this screen and harm you. Don't disrespect me like that. I got the ass cat on. You about to dang near piss me off, man.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh no, it's about to get crazy. He
Yeah.
said, "Dang near."
Dang
You about
near.
to
You
dang
dang
near.
Oh, that's so
All right.
funny.
Am I the asshole for not comforting my boyfriend after he didn't like my cooking? Earlier in the day, I told my boyfriend I was going to make mapo tofu, a dish he's never had before. It's one I like a lot. He's told me he's never had tofu before, so I was excited for him to try it. Since we have different cultures and different tastes, I told him ahead of time that if he doesn't end up liking it, he can order out. Not that it matters much, but he's white and I'm Asian. When I was making the food, he comes in the kitchen and tells me, Taco Bell seems nice right now. To which I tell him I want him to at least eat some of the food I'm making. And when I actually made the food, he seemed sure that he wasn't going to like it as he told me, I'll just try a bite of your bowl. And I responded, why don't you just get a bowl for yourself? And he responds with, I don't really eat tofu. And I was confused because I thought he had told me that he'd never tried it before. When he took a bite, he said, it's good, I just don't like the texture of tofu. So I ate my bowl by myself while he prepared the dog's food. When I'm about to clean up, he asked me, are you mad I didn't like it? And I say, no, I'm not mad. I'm just kind of disappointed. I made this for us. And he said, at least I tried it. You're making me feel bad. Fine, I'll just eat it. I was thrown back because I don't want him to feel forced to eat something he doesn't like. So I responded with, no, it's fine. You can go get Taco Bell. I'll just pack this for my sister and I's lunch. And he said, I'll just eat it. You're making me feel guilty. To which I just shrugged. But then we got into a long argument with him saying he expected me to comfort him when he expressed himself feeling guilty after the way I acted / my tone of voice. He said he felt like I was guilt tripping him. I felt like I'm not responsible for him feeling that way, just the same way I don't blame him for me feeling disappointed. I just don't know what more there is to say. I told him he's free to get takeout and that I wasn't mad at him for not liking my dish. Maybe I did have a bad tone, but it might be because I was disappointed. Please help me because I have no idea if I was in the wrong or not. And then there's edits and context and stuff.
Dang, I don't know what mapo tofu is, but people in the chat love it. They're in on it.
I'm actually tofu,
What?
sadly. I said I'm allergic to tofu, sadly. Makes me break out.
Mapo tofu is a Chinese dish with tofu, minced meat, chili oil, fermented bean paste, and Szechuan peppercorns. The dish is known for its spicy and numbing flavors. But no, I don't think you're the asshole. I think it's weird that he's trying to make you feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like one of those awkward things of being like, yeah, I'm disappointed that you didn't like it, but at this point, this is all your feelings and regulating yourself. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. It is what it is. We talked about it before where if you didn't like it, you can go get food. Like, if anything, I like mapo tofu, so I want to eat it. So I don't want you to eat it if you don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah, cooking for people. It like feels like when people critique it, they're critiquing you specifically, and it can be hurtful. And that could be just a me thing. So I feel like when I'm eating something of someone's, I'm always like, regardless whether I like it or not, I'm just like, yup,
That's the thing.
yup, I'm gonna eat it. And especially with a significant other, I think significant other, you probably have to be a little bit more honest because just the fact you're like, oh, maybe I don't want this again. But I'm always going to be like positive in the beginning. I'm going to like go in with the best intentions and go with very positively because you don't want to hurt the person and they're doing something nice for you. They're creating something for you. And that alone is good to me. Whether I like the food or not, I'm like, hey, you actually thought enough to make this for me. I'm going to go in trying my best.
You don't even feel like safe though saying like, hey, I'm not the biggest fan when they set that up like as an expectation of saying, "Hey, you don't need to eat this. I just want you to try it. You can order food." At that point, are you
No.
still being like, "No, it's
With
good."
a significant other, yes, I would be comfortable saying it. With
Yeah.
friends, I'm like, it's not. Sometimes I don't think it's worth saying no.
Is it only in the context though of them being like, "You want to try this? Like I made this for us." You're like, "Okay." And then that's it. But like what if they're doing what OP is doing where they're like, "If you don't like it, you can bring something else or order something else. That's totally fine." Like when that like expectation is set up,
Yeah.
does that change like how honest you
as
would be
long
about
as
a
you're
dish?
as long as you're like being honest, because I feel like, and this specifically with some of my friends who say that, like they just, it's like an instinct to say that, like if you don't like it, it's fine. It doesn't. And then if you said that you don't like it, then there is an energy shift, and you're like, well, you didn't actually want to hear whether I liked it or not. It's just a thing you by default say. Especially us,
Yeah.
especially us in the Midwest, we do that a lot. We're like, oh, it's fine if you don't, even though it isn't necessarily fine if you don't. We are a little butthurt and mad about
Yeah.
it, but we show we're like we want to make the other person feel okay saying it. So sometimes I'm like, there is no benefit for me to really tell you the truth because it's like it's not going to really affect me going forward. So that's where I am somewhat lying. I'm like taking a little white lie just to keep the peace in our relationship. If there's nothing wrong with it. I don't know if that's right, but I know some people are like brutally honest every time. But I'm like weighing whether should I be honest or not. With my significant other who could make this again, I'm like, okay, maybe I should be honest. With a friend
But
who
the one-
this could happen, period, I'm like, yeah, I tried it once. I'm probably not going to try it again, and I'll just say, oh, no, I'm good. I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
Your stomach's like growling as you say that.
You sure? You're laying on the ground, and you're like, I have no energy. I'm like, no, I'm not
You
hungry.
can like literally in like cartoons when you see like the stomach like
And my stomach be loud too. My stomach be so loud sometimes. I'm like, and we both can hear it, and they're like, "Well, I have food."
your stomach
here.
gives away the game.
Denzel Washington just passed up like that brother's starving.
What's that scene from Diary of a Mad Black Woman? Like, well, maybe you should make yourself a salad or something like that.
Maybe you should find something to eat.
That's what they say when they like weren't being honest about
Yeah.
wanting to hear. Well, maybe you should find something to eat.
Even though E.
What do you think,
Christensen,
Brandon?
I agree with this from E. Christensen. It's like it's so rude to like go up, like go in with this energy. They're already like making something that they don't know if you're gonna like. This is the part where I'm like, yeah, this is disrespectful. This is not the
that's
energy
totally
you want to
rude.
meet with your partner with.
Especially when they're going out of their way to make you something and they're like, I just want you to try it. You don't have to eat it past that point,
Yeah.
but I just want you to give it a chance. And then, yeah, totally agree. Midway through talking about Taco Bell sounds really good right now. Okay, so what are you trying to say?
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Yeah. And at least for me personally, I'm a big person on trying new experiences. So here, when I heard that, I was like, what? Like, bro, it's if you don't like it, don't work out, cool. But like, at least be open to trying it.
Yeah.
Like that, you have to come in with that energy to be open to try it. It's not something you would first go for, but that doesn't mean you have to kind of start sending slights.
Yeah.
What Tati
Yeah.
JPEG from TikTok. I think he was being funny acting about our culture, passive aggressive before he even tried it.
Mm-hmm.
Which sometimes I feel like I've done that where I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm like overly like, oh, this was actually so good. I was wrong, man. I'm an idiot for even thinking like that. But still coming with that energy, I think is bad. I think it's just a bad thing, especially with something you have absolutely no idea if you're going to like it or not.
Well, I think also like what Tati's saying, what you're saying about the fact that they are from two different cultures.
Yeah.
Him being white specifically, and him immediately being like, "Wow, I'd rather get some Taco Bell. I'd rather get some white Mexican food
Yeah.
than eat this." It's like, what are you talking about? Like,
I really love
that's
a
really disrespectful from your
casserole.
partner. Wait, what?
He's like a casserole to hit right now.
That that angered me. That
I need
angered
a
me.
Marie
I got
Callender's
so
right
mad.
now.
Ugh. Because I could hear him saying that too, and I'm like, no. And it's also like one of those things where if you are uncertain, yeah, don't be passive aggressive about it. Be honest. I am uncertain about this dish, but I'm willing to try it.
Right. Because I love
You
you.
didn't- Yeah.
Huh?
You didn't have to go, I think I might Taco Bell kind of going crazy right now. Like, but I also just don't like passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Also, like, if you're personally not willing to go out of your like your box and like try something, that's on you. I think it should be a thing. Because me, I'm a person I'm a very picky person. I only like specific things. But like, probably like 8 years ago, I started getting my taste buds started changing for different things, and I went out and tried like new things. And I'm not a big person that tries a bunch of new stuffs, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
But even if you weren't gonna be willing to try, it's the whole point of being like having a negative attitude towards something you weren't gonna give a chance in the first place. If you weren't going to give it a chance in the first place, there's still no reason to be rude or talk badly about something you aren't even willing to give a try. I can understand, like, you guys make jokes about casseroles all the time, but you've tried the casseroles enough to be like, yeah, I'm a bash on a casserole.
Yeah.
Because I've tried it.
I've tried it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not
I gave it so
offensive
many
if I
chances.
genuinely have tried it, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I was actually thinking of this TikTok. What's her name? I think it's Suji. She does like random things on TikTok, but she does a lot of food things. And she was like going in on this influencer who had like went to Asia and was just like bashing on all these foods that they're having there. They're like going on just insulting the people, insulting what the food looked like. Why would anyone eat this? And she was comparing them against another influencer who was like, yes, I'm going to a country that has different foods than I do. So I'm like, I know this is going to be different than what I grew up on, the things I was raised with. Going in with a negative thing, saying like they're bad because their food tastes different than me and that is gross just on its face without like actually truly trying to appreciate it. I'm like, that is offensive. You can not like someone else's food and like it's not racist to not like another culture's food. But if you're like going in with your face like, our food is better, your food is disgusting, it looks disgusting, it's disgusting ingredients. I'm like, that is an offensive thing. You're not even giving it a chance. Even if you, and once you give it a chance, you're like, hey, that's not for me. That's fine, but I'm not going to destroy your culture or denigrate your culture because I don't like your food. And I feel like sometimes that energy comes in, especially with him being white and her being Asian. You're like, dang, I'm just trying to give things a chance.
This is off topic, but like, what's that song? It says, "When you see me, I'm white." Isn't that a song?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Kodak black, but when you see me, I'm
I'm
white.
white. It also makes me think about like Keith Lee. Keith Lee tries a bunch of different foods all the time, but he doesn't like his foods all the time. But he's never like trying to be offensive about it.
Right.
Like you can tell when he doesn't like it because he'll like stop chewing, and then he'll be like, "It's not for me," and then it'll be like a tight shot on his face.
Actually, Keith Lee is how I found that woman because she had made a video about Keith Lee because he had went to some Korean place and he didn't know what the food was and he didn't know how to pronounce it. And she's put in a comment like, oh, it's pronounced this way. And he sent her a video back like, oh, how do I pronounce it? Like, how do you eat the food? And she was like, someone's never like taken that care to like actually try to find out the culture of my food. I'm like, Keith Lee is just a good dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I still remember like when the first time I had burrito de lengua, they didn't tell me what lengua was. So I'm like,
Same.
yeah, like if they're like, oh, just eat it, it's fine. And I ate it and I was like, this is like one of the most delicious meats I have. What is this?
I know.
And they're like, oh, it's tongue. And I'm like, tongue.
Wow, tongue.
Tongue.
Cow tongue.
Yeah.
But
I think me knowing that it's tongue makes me nervous. But I'm not going to necessarily judge people to be like, you're eating tongue?
But I think they
Because-
didn't tell me because they think most people are like, I can't tell you because you won't eat it. But I'm like, I
Yeah.
want to try things. But
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't have to trick me into this.
Yeah, but
They-
also let me
they
be the
tricked
person
me.
to say yes to trying things. Don't trick me into because what if I wasn't okay with that?
I got tricked the first time. I think they were expecting. I could tell you guys who it was afterwards, but
Yeah.
they were expecting a bigger reaction, and they're like, "So guess what it is?" And I was like, "I don't know." And they're like, "Cow tongue," and I was like, "This is the best thing I've ever had. I'll eat the tongue again."
I'll kiss a tongue straight in the mouth if it tastes like this. I'll French a cow if it tastes like this.
Crazy, please don't do that.
And I
don't do
haven't,
that
but
to
it is take a lot to get me to not. And
Listen, if y'all own cows,
Keep them
don't
away from
invite Sam
Sam.
over.
They hate to
Don't
see
invite
me coming.
Sam
That
over.
cow hates to see me coming. They're like, I'm like,
Yeah.
They're like eating the grass. They're
I'm
like,
like,
and then they put their tongue back in. They're like, they like bring their hoof up. They're
actually,
like,
I'm about to DoorDash me a burrito de lengua after this, man. It's going down. Now y'all got me. Now y'all got me hyped.
okay, so the edits. Edit. You all provided me a lot of perspectives, mainly saying I'm not in the wrong, but I made sure to take into consideration the everyone sucks here comments as well as the you're the asshole ones, despite there not being many of them. More context I mentioned in the comments. I'm 22 and he's 26. No, he's not a child. I would have not made the dish if I knew he didn't like tofu. Same way I don't cook dishes that include fish since he dislikes it. He said some other disrespectful comments like, alright, let me try this mama tofu or mabo tofu before trying it. He was joking, but this could have affected my mood and I didn't realize it. So after a couple of hours after our argument, my boyfriend asked me where I put the leftover mapo tofu and if he can eat it. He said he didn't say it in a rude or dreading way, but polite and positive manner. I assured him he doesn't need to eat it because I know he doesn't like it, but he clarified that he likes the flavor, just not as much the texture, and that he wants to eat it. He continues to eat while playing on his PC, and he only finished about half of his bowl before storing the rest. I can tell he really tried to eat it. I could tell he really tried to eat it either because he didn't want it to go to waste or to please me. After a while, I ended up going up to him and apologizing for not taking his feelings into consideration and explained that I wasn't trying to make him feel guilty. Maybe I was being outwardly dreading. I know a lot of you agreed that I was not responsible for how he felt, and that's up to him to regulate his emotions. I still fully agree with this, but I also recognize that this is a partnership, and that although I'm not responsible for his feelings, I need to at least recognize them if I want this to work out. He smiled and he gave me a hug. He also apologized for reacting the way he did, raising his voice and escalating the argument. I know a lot of you were telling me to dump him, even some suspecting I'm in an abusive relationship and sending me books related to abusive relationships. I do not blame you all since I shared a small glance of my relationship in a bad moment. It was not reflective of its entirety. Yeah, he can be immature and manipulate sometimes, but he's a good partner, and most of the time he tries to communicate and solve our problems. I thank you all for your concerns, but I'm very aware of the moments when he is being irrational or trying to manipulate me, and I usually call him out or choose not to take his attempts to divert the situation when he's at fault. I'm fully capable of standing up for myself when I need to. I also acknowledge that this is only my perspective, which is only half of the situation. I am biased. Thank you all for caring. So a very reflective person OP is.
Classic Reddit.
Even maybe to her detriment, because everyone's like, girl, you didn't even need to apologize. But she's like, hey, I want this relationship to work.
Yeah.
So
Which I do think there's a perspective that it's not always included. Is you don't. I don't want to say like you have to apologize when you're not in the wrong, but I do some things. Sometimes you have to humble yourself a little bit for the benefit of the partnership.
mhm.
If it's a thing that's happening over and over again, then that's a red flag. But every now and again, you're like, dang, I don't even think I really did anything wrong, but just for the partnership to like become stronger and strengthen, I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm sorry too. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And it seemed like
Yeah.
he tried to. He made an olive branch. He ate half the like. Hey, that's trying.
Yeah.
That's doing something.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, that's their relationship. It's not mine. They both tried. They're moving on. Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Reddit's like, get rid of him. He's evil.
I mean, I do think when she was saying things like Becca's pointing out manipulate, it's like, yeah, how much of that is happening? But I guess if
Yeah.
she's saying like, hey, I can understand when he's trying to sway my opinion and I call that out, then sounds like she's got it. So
Yeah.
Even though I think manipulation happens a lot in relationships. But it's not, sometimes it's not like overt, like, I'm trying to get you to
it's not
do
intentional.
Yeah, it's not
more
intentional.
like
Like,
subliminal.
yeah, I would like to get you to do this thing, so I do this other thing to kind of get you to do it without explicitly saying it to you. I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but I'm like, people do it all the time. I do it with the tone of my voice or the way I say something or like I do like positive reinforcement when you're doing what I want you to do. I think that's a form of manipulation.
Positive reinforcement is manipulation.
I don't know if it's manipulation, but I feel like, does manipulation have to be negative? Is that word a negative thing, or is it just a way to get people to do what you want them to do? Like, is my mom giving me a book at the Scholastic Book Fair for good grades? Is that just a reward, or is that manipulating me to get good grades?
Manipulate. One,
Well,
to handle or control, typically in a skillful manner. Two, to control or influence a person or situation cleverly, unfairly, or unscrupulously.
Unfairly. Okay.
Yeah,
Trying to control, influence, exploit.
Because I'm being influenced.
No, I know what you're saying. It's what's the? It's like an example. Oh, it's the same bird, two different wings. What you're saying is you're like it's manipulation, but really it's persuasion, because persuasion is getting people to do stuff, but it benefits both people.
Okay.
Manipulation is it only benefits one person. But it's the same exact skill, just perverted.
Okay, I got it. A perversion of persuasion.
But I think OP should, after arguments, get into a new hobby, a new skill. Maybe crochet like this next story. Hitting that schmurder.
Husker is here, everybody.
Shout out Husker.
He's been sleeping for like the past 2 hours, so he's got the sleeping hair.
Dang, the chat loves Husker. The way Husker looks at Maddie. Not the happy.
All right, we got a little baby husky.
It's not happy dance.
It's the Bobby Shmurda dance.
Husker says hi to you guys all the time when he's barking on the pod. So that's what the barks mean. It's just constantly him saying hi or being like, it's either hi or can we be done? It's one of the two.
Yeah, because I don't think there's a problem with him saying hi. I just think, why does he have to say hi to every listener we have?
Yeah.
He has to call them each out by name. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot of highs, Husker. Maybe we can just do a blanket hi to all of them.
Yeah, just a hello.
But he says hi to every YouTube listener we have subscribed to us, which I think is crazy, right?
Dan, Samuel,
Yeah.
Louise,
Yeah.
Saricity,
Yeah.
E. Christensen, Lauren, Mark, Alec, Betsy, Essence, Melissa.
And we're like, we just have to wait for him to say all of them before we can start an episode.
I'm like, how do you remember all of them? How do you remember everybody's names?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even have to look. I'm like, this isn't even a Saturday,
Yeah.
Husker. This is a
He's
random Monday.
doing it from, which
at
is
6 p.m.
From memory, he's doing it. That's impressive.
The one thing I love about when I can get Husker to chill is the way he crosses his feet now.
What does he do?
He like I'm trying to like show it without like censoring, but
Yeah, don't put
he
it.
basically like crosses his like feet. Like his feet are like crossed like this. It's kind of weird, but
That was weird.
he's like a feet crosser. I feel like that's not as common with dogs. You need some water. Essence said you need an after nap treat. He just sighed, so I think he's ready to be put down. He's like,
To sleep, right? To like go nap.
put down on the chair.
Okay.
Sam,
I didn't like
Sam.
that. It didn't see the way she said it. I'm like,
Put that on the chair.
Yeah, okay.
have some decorum. Have some decorum.
I needed to be clarified for everyone in the audience because
Sam, that's my dog.
I know it scared me.
Sam, that's my dog.
It scared me.
And he's an elderly dog too.
He's a beautiful old man.
You got one more time, Sam. Ooh.
Congrats
I'm
on
coming
your
at different-
date, Anna.
Wait, do we know about date number 1? Anna, who you go on a date with? Anna, tell us all about your date.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. And I'm gonna
Okay.
get husband
Where'd you
a treat.
guys meet?
Yeah, where'd you meet? How did it go? Do you
What's their name?
you think you love them? Are you in love
That's
already?
a little soon. It's first date. First 2 dates.
I don't know.
You
I've been
gotta-
watching Love is Blind and they've been falling in love in 10 days, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's unrealistic by and large, but
Okay. Now that Anna, you tell us what, but we're going to talk about Maddie right now. Now that she's gone, because I wasn't leading Maddie was leading the stuff about Brandon, because I'm like, I don't think any of it's true. She said some really bad things about you, Brandon. So I'm like, maybe we should put her tea out. You know what I'm saying?
hey, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you this. All right, listen here, young
Yeah.
buck. When someone does you wrong, doesn't mean you have to stoop to that level. All right, you
Yeah,
feel
that's
me?
right. Yeah, you don't have to stoop. Yeah, I agree.
I'm taking the high road, brother. I'm strolling on the high road.
Yeah.
Hey, cut to me.
Okay, sorry.
Strolling on the high road.
And I like that. You're always the
Oh no. We're strolling on the high road.
And I love that. And I'm actually trying to learn more from you because it's good. It's always good to take the high road. And I'm learning
It
because
is.
I usually take the lower road. It's not something that I'm proud of because someone who would take the low road would talk about how Maddie during episodes who are not saying what she wants to say will shoot a gun at our feet to get us in line. That she'll like aim the gun and shoot at our feet, and sometimes it'll hit our feet. And
Damn, shut up.
I know that's what someone who would the low road
Yeah.
would say that, but I'm
Please
taking the
stop.
high road now, and that
She's going to shoot you
Yeah.
if you keep doing it.
and that's why I'm like I'm not gonna say that because there's no point in even me saying that.
You
That's
just
something
said it.
that's something that's ridiculous.
They're going to
say.
start saying in the comments.
So I'm just happy that I want to be
Yeah.
like you. It's really weird to even bring that up because
Oh my
the
god.
way she shoots the
Sam,
gun, and then she was like, "The only way you can stay on this podcast is
Sam,
like if."
shut up. Shut up, please.
Okay.
I'm snitching.
Wait, I'm not saying anything. We're taking the high road.
You literally said it.
No, we're taking the high road.
I'm taking the high road. You taking a bullet.
Okay, let's go back to Anna. Okay, so no
Anna.
love yet. The top does look like a tree. Okay, Anna, what are you talking about? What's going on, Anna? You met him on Tinder. Okay.
Swipe.
Swipe. You're going on date number 3 tomorrow. Okay, Anna. Anna, I feel good about this. I feel like this is a good time. I feel like this might be our first comfort level wedding, maybe.
Oh
Am I putting that out there?
no, we feel like we gotta. Don't we have? I thought we already had one. Yeah, we did.
We did?
I
Wait,
feel like we
we
did.
got married.
Someone came in the live and was like, "Yo,
I'm married now. They
yeah,
said that, and we met here. Did they say they met here?
yeah." Oh, like they met and okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, this might be the first. All right.
Yeah.
See, look, they're gonna start snitching on you, bro.
Hey
Look at
guys,
that.
what I said that was a slip. I didn't mean to say it. Please don't tell Maddie, because yes, who said it? I am going to be in trouble for what happened earlier in the live. Maddie was like laughing like hee hee, but I am going to be punished for that. So I don't want her to be even more angry than she's already is right now, because she is probably going to shoot me for that. I'm terrified. Please, no, don't be worried for me, but I just want, please pray for me. Please pray. Okay, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Okay.
Oh, shut up!
Yes, yeah.
Shut up! Stop
Just-
talking.
Okay. Yeah.
She had the YouTube open, didn't she? She had the YouTube
Oh,
open this whole time.
If she had the YouTube open, oh no, her face looks like she had the YouTube. Okay, and we're not
Wait, song.
Hey, we're not
Taking the high road.
road,
We're
taking the high road.
It's never good when I walk back and
Yeah.
you just see Brandon's face like this.
Taking the high road.
Road.
Betsy, what are you doing,
This
Betsy?
this is from Essence.
Oh my gosh.
I lost the light there. I lost the light, and I want to blame it on you two.
So I think we're gonna do the
They
next
took the low
story.
road?
No, we're gonna do the next story.
Yeah, the
I
crochet
threatened
story.
them.
Oh no.
What's that about?
Huh?
What's that about, guys?
We're doing
Wait,
that little
what-
dance.
Yeah, what were they? I think they were talking
Yeah.
about we were taking the high road. Yeah, we made a song.
I was talking. No,
We're talking
specifically.
no, both
I
of
was
us.
talking about taking the high
No,
road.
both of us were. And
What
then
was Sam talking about?
I was talking about Anna having her date. She's going on a third date tomorrow.
Yeah,
Third date. Anna met on Tinder. She's feeling good. No
Mhm.
love yet. But
You
we're
threw shade on my name?
huh? Who said that?
See, some people are vouching for you,
Melissa, what did you
but some
say?
people aren't. Some people are being honest.
Yeah, Dan the man. Exactly. We're talking about Anna and her date. I don't know what Melissa just got here, so I don't even know what she's really saying. Betsy, I don't believe she's
So I
not drunk
threaten you?
anymore. Betsy's definitely still drunk.
I threaten you?
Huh? No.
Huh.
Do I threaten you or do I not threaten you?
No, you don't.
Like, what's going
No,
on?
you don't threaten us. It was a joke, guys. Guys, it was a
Well,
joke.
what did you say? What'd you say?
I just said that it was a joke, Maddie, and I want you to hear that it was a joke before I say it. Like, none of this is real. Is that, like, when we give bad opinions, you shoot guns at our feet to try to get us on the right track. And it was a joke. It was like, it was like a funny thing. And then we may have said, because of the earlier problems that I had with the stream, that you are going to threaten, you're going to hurt me for that and punish me for that. But that was also a joke. These are all jokes. Maddie is the sweetest boss you could ever have. She's one of the nicest people in the world, and she's never physically harmed me or aimed a weapon or shot at me ever in my life.
Brandon, what do you have to say about all this? You were talking about me.
No, I wasn't saying nothing. I was singing a
So
song,
what'd you say?
actually. I was singing a
What
song.
was said? And why is Sam trying to communicate with you?
Because it was like,
How
Sam
I
started-
cut their pay and I make them sign an NDA?
No, you never.
Well, Sam was like, yo, so I'm gonna bring the truth, Sam was like, hey, I just want to say it was Maddie that started throwing the shade first, and I was like, he's like, so we should do it too.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think that's very wise, and so I came up with the song, and I was like, Sam, we gotta take the high road, and he started singing. He was like, taking the high road.
You gotta know when to tell the truth. Tell the truth. What did you both say?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. I was saying take the high road, and I was like, shut up, Sam, shut up.
Oh, because there's certain people that are in the chat that don't lie. And like they're saying things about you guys. And like you're not saying anything good or bad, which makes me believe what they're saying. So why would you lie on my name and make me look bad?
Betsy's drunk. Betsy's drunk.
We're not talking about Betsy. We're talking about
Okay.
you.
Okay. And I said it was a joke, and that none of the
What was the joke? What did you say?
all of it. The whole.
What was all of it?
The whole violent, like you're a very violent person behind the scenes. That's a joke. That you threaten us and like we live in a environment of fear on set. That's a joke. None of that is real. There's not going to be a documentary about the real life behind Comfort Level Podcast. That doesn't exist. Okay? All of it's fake and funny.
Make them eat casseroles. What?
Oh my gosh.
Waterboard them? So he's laughing, so that's correct.
No, I'm laughing because they're coming up with new things, actually. They're actually trying to get us in trouble. I didn't say that. The audience, it's gotten away from us, and now they're making it worse.
Snacking on some hot Cheetos. So they said
Now these are being
that
made
you
up.
waterboard them. This is crazy, Sam.
You can't
But I
trust
believe
Steph.
everything Steph said. I believe everything.
No, I feel like
said.
Steph is literally me because Steph is always trying to make things worse. None of this happened. Steph is a monster, dude.
Where is Erin at when you need her?
Yeah,
Adventuring. Unless Erin, are you a lawyer as well?
I miss adventuring right now. That's crazy. I need a lawyer because this is
Yeah, we're not.
crazy.
Sam,
Have I
don't
tried
talk
the
into
dill pickle
your
ones?
lawyer.
No. Yeah, I think
Or the tangy chili?
without without my
missing
lawyer
out.
present, I think I'm gonna.
No, she wouldn't be your lawyer. She might be Brandon's, but she could also be mine, but she wouldn't be yours, and I know that about her.
Yeah, I don't
You
think,
need a public defendant. Do we have a public defendant in the chat?
I've
This
never
is crazy.
I've never trusted Melissa. I've never trusted Betsy. Steph, I definitely
Anna, I want to trust you.
I definitely can't trust Steph. Steph is literally.
I want to trust you, Hannah, but I feel suspicious about Brandon. I do.
And that's what we don't want.
That's crazy.
I knew that Sam was going to try and make me look bad. That's Sam. Sam does that. The moment anybody leaves, he did it with Brandon.
Well, Anna was telling the truth. Talking about my day, Sam was talking crazy weird. Well, I don't know if I was talking crazy weird stuff. I was just saying like little joke ha-has. And Brandon was telling me to shut up. That is true. Brandon was telling me to shut up. He was like,
Why didn't he say that?
I think he was like, shut up. He was like, Sam, shut up. That's the truth, but don't let it out there. And then I went off about weird stuff, but not waterboarding, which is all true. I did not talk about waterboarding. But Brandon was saying, this is all true, but I don't want you to say it. He was saying stuff like that. So
I said, Chef, shut up.
he's like,
You
that.
can't keep saying
He's like, that's my girl. Please don't tell the truthful things about my girl. He kept saying stuff like that.
Crazy.
Oh, oh no.
That's weird. Sam, God, shut up, dude. Oh my.
Oh. Best-
Initially, thank you, Melissa, for the super chat. But I see initially on the end there. And it's because I know he has something to do with it because he's quiet now. Like, if he'd had nothing to do with it, he would have said something. But he's
Taking the
literally
high road.
moving and, like, ignoring it.
Taking
the
the high
high
road.
Oh,
This is
taking the high
crazy.
road. Oh no.
Wait.
Sometimes you can trust Tabby, sometimes you can't. Sometimes Tabby's honest, but I don't know about
Tabby's a wild card.
that. Yeah, Tabby is a wild card.
Tabby's a wild card.
My stomach hurts, actually. I haven't laughed that hard in so long. Are we going to get to this story?
I was waiting on it. I didn't want to. You guys were.
We already
Taking the
transitioned.
high road.
Taking the high road.
Life is a high road.
Boom, boom. I'm gonna ride the highest
Highest
road.
If you're going my way,
Yeah.
then you're going the highest
Highest
way.
road.
We got to work on the timing.
It's Discord. It's hard to match up.
Mm-hmm.
Shout
hard
out
to match
Evelyn. Hey, you are late. Nothing's happened so far, so
Yeah, we're just vibing.
just vibes.
Hey, Evelyn.
Just nice and vibes.
I'm just a chill guy.
Look how chill he is.
He doesn't look suspicious at all. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Neither of you guys look suspicious. So, what are you doing with your hand, Sam?
I don't know.
Stop doing it. Ow. It
Okay,
actually hurts to laugh.
This next story, guys. This next story.
We're never getting off this live, are we?
We live here now. We live here now.
How many stories have we done? 3?
Thank you, ASMR.
Am I the asshole?
A rascal
For-
put his foot in that. Rascal Flats?
Am I the asshole for asking a guest to not crochet at my bachelorette party? Don't you
Not-
dare crochet at my bachelorette party.
I think, yo, if we're like at a party, that's actually, but I'm thinking about just like a party. Can you do stuff like that? Like, yeah, I want to crochet. I just want to be around people, but also want to have fun, and crocheting is fun to me. Is it rude to do that?
Yeah, if what you described, your situation, it's kind of rude. You're at a party, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's a crocheting bachelorette party. That's different.
Or they got a stripper, and she's like, I'm trying to make you some underwear.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, let me just make you a little G-string real quick.
It's like, no, never mind. It wasn't going to work out, and I just don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want
We
crochet
move.
G-string. The you don't want the yarn to get into places that it shouldn't be.
I wasn't
Oh.
going there.
Oh, okay.
I just want to.
Yeah,
I just want to clarify. I
wasn't
wasn't
going in
going
there
there.
either.
You were. That's okay. That's exactly how you would be.
You went there.
Am I the asshole for asking a guest to not crochet at my bachelorette party? I, 28 female, and getting married this year. Yay! And I went on my bachelorette party last weekend. The trip was to a cabin type setting where we all stayed in the same houses. I have 3 bridesmaids, but also invited some friends to come along. Part of the group is my brother's girlfriend, 36 female, brother is 38 male, of 5 months who isn't in the wedding party. She wasn't initially invited because I don't know her very well and they all live in another state, but my brother asked me to invite her as a favor to him. He said that she's never been invited to a bachelorette and likely would never be. I have no idea why, but that's just what he told
That
me.
is weird.
And I hoped that she could have this experience. Since people would be paying their own way and the group wasn't that large, I figured, why not? She seemed nice enough. The problem is that during the weekend, she would insist on crocheting all the time, even during our events and games. When I asked her to participate with us, she said that she took time off for the trip and wanted to make the most of her vacation by catching up on her crochet projects. And that playing games and hanging out with my friends wasn't fun, and she didn't want to waste her days off. All of her words, not mine. To be clear, I don't care that she wants to crochet in general. Most of our activities ended after dinner anyways, and we just hang out in the living room. I just asked her to save the crocheting for at night after the activities. My issue is that she was taking her crocheting with us to places like wine tasting, brunch, a museum tour, etc. It was super disrespectful in my eyes because she'd insist on coming, yet wouldn't participate in the activity. Honestly, I was bothered that she was crocheting when we were playing. I was bothered that she was crocheting when we were playing bridal games, but at least that was in our living room. The trip's over now, but apparently she was super peeved that I asked her to limit her crocheting time. My brother's been pestering me to apologize to her for ruining her trip. I personally don't feel like I should because she shouldn't have come to a bachelorette party if she didn't want to do bachelorette things. But I also love my brother very much, and I don't want this to come between us. I'm starting to doubt myself because his girlfriend sounds really annoyed with me. Please help, and then there's edits.
Why did she go?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like the brother wanted her to go, and she's appeasing the brother as her boyfriend. Because because someone said not her being friendless. Someone who said that. Someone said she was friendless because he's like, she's never been to a bachelorette party and she's likely never going to in the future. I'm like, yeah, basically saying she ain't got nobody. She don't know nobody. So
Yeah.
she doesn't seem like the most, at least from that description, like a people person.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're definitely not a people person if you're like, yeah, I am going to crochet everywhere we go. It's more important than the human dynamic of speaking with another person or participating in the bachelorette games and fun.
And the other thing that's weird is why does she insist on going to all the activities? She knew she was just going to crochet there.
Yeah.
At that point, just stay home.
Especially if it's like a pay your way type thing. Like, just go on a vacation by yourself, like nearby.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be there, but you want to be on vacation, you're affecting her trip, which the trip is about her.
Yeah.
But also, you just don't have to be there. You can have a vacation somewhere else where you're not upsetting her or anything like that. Especially when OP is saying that she's willing to go. Like, she ends up going to all these events, but she just crochets at them. Like, just don't come then.
Right.
Stay in the cabin.
Steph is a menace, dude. And I knew
What'd
it.
they say?
Her crocheting during sex.
She's crocheting the condom. 1 second.
Just gotta get this stitch. Okay, keep going.
No, I gotta redo it. Hold on. I need you to give me some space here. Hold on.
Don't talk. Don't talk.
Shh, 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 shh.
Turn off my focus.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna head outside for this. I'll be back in like 5 minutes because it's like giving like the yarn like a certain scent, and I don't want that. So I'll be right back.
Really? I mean, we could just finish. And,
I'm just gonna finish this row.
Okay. I guess I'll just be here. Batting around my own ball of yarn. Maybe. I wish you would touch that one. I wish it wasn't just your yarn. I wish it was my yarn.
Sometimes when Sam says things, it's like, I don't know how to be helpful without aiding the situation. And it's like, Brandon doesn't help either because Brandon just freezes. He gives the frozen response. And I'm like, I don't want to support this, but I'm like, do I try and just move on? Like, what do I do in that situation, Sam? Like,
You got to be like Evelyn. You go along with that. Call that method the husband stitch. That's
I'm gonna leave that for Evelyn because that's great.
That's
I could never have
good.
thought about that. That's good.
Evelyn, you win on that one. I think in the future, you gotta go with it. You gotta jump on with it. Here's the thing. Madi is like,
Oh, we're not even talking about the story anymore. Okay.
no, we're talking about, we're not talking about the story. Maddie's like, I guess we're not talking about the story. She's like a slight level below me in terms of things being said. She just has a better filter. I'll go with that. Her filter is like upgraded. It's at the highest level, so she knows when to say things and not to say things. My filter is kind of off. It's kind of wonky. But some of the things Madi has said, if you guys knew, it would make you shudder. And you're like, Madi said that? I'm like, yeah, Madi said that. So Madi does have the ability to say something. She just doesn't say it. Trust me.
Brandon, what do you have to say about this? Because you like turned around for a second. What are your thoughts?
No, I thought my leaf ball fell.
Okay, Brandon.
I'm so serious. I was like, wait, oh my god. I can see how that was horrible timing, but I genuinely thought it fell for a second. But to answer your question, no, I don't know. Because there has been sometimes you're just like, you'll say something that's like, whoa. But no, for the most part. But I think that's just everybody. We all have filters. Some people know how to use it better.
Like my filter doesn't work all the time, but
Yeah, sometimes it's being rebooted and then things slip by.
yes.
Sometimes the filter gets turned off for maintenance, and then that's when things come out.
Yeah. I love though how we're having our own conversation. His chat is staying on brand. They're like we are moving. So
this is true.
they're
Did
saying
someone transition it? Oh,
if you have anxiety, maybe skip the bachelor party. People are talking about how they're getting all these like pray with me ads.
What's that?
pray with.
There's a Mark Wahlberg one that I have seen, and now ASMR Wishes is saying Chris Pratt also prayed with them.
Wait, what? Oh, I don't know what ads are.
Wait, what? Oh, it's Lent.
Oh,
Oh.
Mark Wahlberg is out here. He celebrates Lent.
Yeah.
Wait, is Wahlberg? Who's that? Why can't I think
Know
of that?
him.
I
You
can't
would
place it.
know him.
I'm walking
Hey, it's
here.
me. I'm Marky
Hey,
Wahlberg.
I'm Marky Mark.
Okay.
I used to rap.
I got a brother who's got a hamburger shop. I did that like one Calvin Klein commercial
Yeah.
in like the 80s and 90s, and I was like really hot, and I've kind of stayed hot for the most part.
I also
Wahlberg, guys.
I beat an elderly man and like hurt him really badly in the early 90s, and people don't talk about it that much.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really bad. Look that up.
Oh. Well, I guess that's good to know. I was in Ted.
He was also
Oldest
in Ted.
brother and four brothers.
He was also in Ted.
Blue Bloods TV show. Oh, okay, well, good to know. He's got a case against him from the 90s. So. Oh, he has multiple hate crimes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think it was like an elderly Asian man.
Oh. I did not know that.
Yeah. Chris Pratt's definitely a Christian because wasn't that the reason why he got divorced from Anna Faris?
Why?
I think she was like...
I thought it was just problems with their marriage because they were like having difficulty raising their child.
I
Like
thought
that
it
was just tough on
something
their
with,
marriage
like,
or something.
she's like, he's overly Christian. Like, he's acting crazy Christian.
Mm.
I don't
But it
know.
probably was the kids thing.
Yeah, there's a few more stories. Dummy.
Yeah, we got two more.
You're a local dummy.
Your local dummy.
You got to say the whole name too.
Sorry, local dummy. Sorry, I call you local. I feel like I call you local sometimes. I call you, but yeah. Anyway. All right, so edits to this last story. I wanted to add some details in case it helps because I think some people think I'm being a bridezilla. One, she was crocheting a throw blanket about the width of my entire arm span. That's what she was carrying around with her to dinner, museums, wineries, etc. It wasn't some small thing the size of my palm. She also had the materials for the blanket with her, about 5 balls of yarn. I'm not sure what you call it, but each ball was about the size of a cantaloupe.
Dang.
2, we gave her the option to stay home. I told her I wouldn't be offended if the trip wasn't her style and she wanted to spend it crocheting, but she insisted on coming out with us to every single event. 3, even though my brother asked me to bring her, she admitted to me that she wanted to come and that she had asked my brother to ask me. 4, she doesn't have social anxiety. She just thought our activities were boring and a waste of time. I mentioned this in another comment, but I overheard her calling me a basic bitch bachelorette.
Oh,
I didn't want to confront her because I didn't want to cause drama. 5, my biggest issue isn't that she wasn't giving me attention. Please, I'm a grown adult and I'm already thankful for the friends giving me love and joy during the weekend. I just thought it was super rude to crochet such a big project during group activities. She literally brought her blanket to a museum and crocheted during a private tour.
Mm.
Yeah, I think this is pretty ridiculous. I don't
Mhm.
think you're the asshole for asking her not to crochet and just crochet at home, girl. Can you just wait to crochet at home? You don't have to bring around your 5 cantaloupes. 7. No,
All of them? And it's a hassle
Yeah.
to go to places with all that. You're like making a point to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not the asshole on this. Especially if you gave so many out, you don't have to come. And if this is so basic, then don't come to these activities. No, I really want to come.
After hearing the basic part, though, I'm like, nah, I don't want you there. I would be honest.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, what you know about a bachelorette party? You ain't never been to one because you ain't got friends to even go to one. Huh?
Did you spend all that time crocheting?
Yeah.
And you say, why don't... Nope.
There it is. The filter engaged. Y'all saw it.
Okay.
Y'all
Yeah.
saw it in real time. That was the filter working.
Nah, I don't even know if it's worth it. So I'm going to move
Yeah.
on.
He's moving.
Move on.
Wait, Batman's here? Batman's throwing
Batman's
shade.
been here, actually.
I went shopping, and y'all are still in the same 3 stories. Okay, the shade.
Actually, Batman, we're on number 4. So,
Out of 7. So get it right.
So get it right.
moving on to 5.
Actually, no. This is 6.
I have 2 left.
Yeah. So 6 and 7.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, we did 6 stories?
We did 5.
Dang.
Yeah.
This is
5?
Yep.
Well, about to be 6?
So we moving through. Hey, we doing our jobs.
Hey, we're on time.
Yeah.
Somebody said on TikTok, they said, nah, my brother can get a different girlfriend after that.
Straight up.
And I agree.
It's done. It's
Okay,
done.
so, like our co-host said in the beginning, like this next story, am I the asshole for not reimbursing my co-host for his dish at our potluck?
Maddie, did you read the story?
Yeah, I read it.
Okay. And it didn't seem like any similarities to like real life or anything.
Oh.
I'm just saying if you feel like anything's similar to like something you experienced, then it's not. This is a stranger on the internet.
Well, this has to do with roommates.
Okay.
Not okay. Is this you? Mr. Builder?
I got so many
Okay.
throwaway accounts.
It's a burner.
I think the point of a burner though is you're not supposed to tell people it's a burner, Sam, because now we know it's you.
I'm just saying hypothetically if it was, because I saw the co-host thing and the potluck thing, and then, yeah.
Okay. All right. A few weeks ago, my apartment mate asked me if I wanted to co-host a potluck with him and another apartment mate. I had a grilled veggie recipe I'd been wanting to try, so I agreed. He went to make the main. I would make the side. I would make the side. We ended up hosting about 10 people. The day of, he posted how much his ingredients cost on our apartment group chat, which ended up being a little over $200. I didn't post mine, which cost about $10. Fast forward to today, he expects me to reimburse him for my third of the expenses for the main. I said I never agreed to that. He said I was the host and that I had to. He had never even considered it a discussion. Our third apartment mate paid and is staying out of it. Am I the asshole for not reimbursing my co-host for his dish at our potluck?
Oh.
Sam's like, yo, wait, this isn't me, actually.
Okay. I actually
Wrong
thought
one.
I thought it was going to be Brandon too, because when we had severance night and Brandon's face when I took the ice and put it into my fridge, it could have cut through steel. It pierced right through me.
I will say though, after severance night and seeing the main that you bought, I'm like, hey, let him take the ice, man.
No,
put the ice in his
wait,
fridge.
hold on. I literally was just looking because I was like, "That's funny." I was looking at the fridge. I was looking at the fridge because I was just trying to see how it worked. I was like, "Wait, so are you pouring the ice in there and it just generates more ice, or is that all it's like got?"
Yeah, it's like because it can make ice. There's like if I had the water hooked up to the fridge, it would make ice. But
Yeah.
that hasn't worked for years. So you could just put bags of ice in the thing that it puts the ice in. It's the same.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I was genuinely just looking because I was confused because I was like, "Wait, shouldn't it be making ice?" And I was like, "That's funny." Yeah, no, my bad, Sam. I didn't mean to make you feel that.
I was like, he's staring daggers at me. Okay.
That's your fault
Alright.
for assuming, buddy.
Yeah.
No.
Back to the story.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because they live
I don't
together.
think you're the asshole.
They live together, right?
They live together, but it's like he agreed to make the main without the discussion of, I'm expecting you to pay a third of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm already making a side, and I'm not asking you to pay for the side.
And I feel like that's the definition of a potluck. You bring a part. You're responsible for the part. It's not like a dinner we're all playing together. It's like a potluck where we all bring a part and that's it. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah. And if you needed money back, you could have communicated that beforehand, not just assume.
And you should have too. Because I think it's going to cause a lot of problems, but I don't necessarily think the cause of the problem initially is them for not paying it back. It's, hey, this is a problem for you not communicating that you expect for me to pay for this.
Yeah, and then the roommate just paying it off and not doing anything about it does not help his side. Because he's like, well, the roommate did it, so why can't you?
Well, some people just don't want to confront. They don't want to do any confrontation.
Well, also it feels like it would be a little weird too, because it sounds like the other roommate didn't make any food. So it kind of makes a little bit more sense for him to be like, hey, I want to pitch in. But it's like, no, I made a dish. So why are you asking me for money?
Right.
And again, you didn't communicate that.
But the passive aggressive, just putting the $200 just in the group chat, like, this is how much it costs. You're like, I'd be like, good to know. Yeah, like it. Ding.
Do the new like Apple thing where you can do this. It just like has the fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice to hear for you.
You know, you didn't have to pick a dish that was $200 to make.
Yeah, that's on you. But for 3 people, $200.
For 10 people.
Oh,
10.
Oh.
But it's split amongst 3 people.
Oh. Okay, that's not too bad of a price. But still,
whose idea was it?
His, I think. Yeah, it was his.
USOL, buddy. That's on you.
Well, because
he could have just had Taco Bell. The comedic timing. Can we get a round of
That's
applause for that
good.
one?
That's good.
The comedic timing. Gotta love it. She's here all week, guys.
She's here all week. Miss Lauren wants to join in. Miss Lauren wants to join in. Should have had a broccoli cheddar casserole.
Another one. Let's roll it back. Yeah. Yeah. We got quite the lineup this week.
You're gonna love our openers this week.
Dang, we needed a third person to say something, but they didn't.
I know. Third person step up.
No one stepped up. No one.
But Steph did. Steph stepped up. Steph stepped up to the plate. And Lauren followed. I don't have a pun for Lauren, but
Well, because
I appreciate you.
if they
Sorry,
said
I didn't
potluck
have a
though
pun.
too, were the other 10 people bringing something, and they just happened to bring the main? They just made the main.
Well, he's making the main. She was making a side. OP was making a side. So I assume if we're going by potluck rules, people are bringing stuff. Everybody's bringing stuff. So it really is just being like, yeah, you co-hosted with me, so yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird, and you're not the asshole. But this is going to be a thing in your living situation for the rest of it. This is going to be a story. This is going to be an issue. This is going to color every situation going forward.
When you go to sleep, that's all he's going to think about.
Ooh,
like
my
this
God.
last story. I don't know if anybody's listening to this out loud, but this last story is not safe for work. When I read it, it wasn't really that not safe for work, but hey, they marked it. So that must mean something. Okay.
Wait, D-Red,
So this last story.
What are you making for people? I can feed 10 for $50 max? Especially just mains? What you feeding them? Because groceries expensive. I don't know.
Listen, if you know what you're doing,
I guess
you might be able to get away with that.
I need you to tell me how, because I'm trying to eat as a human being myself. I would love $50.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out what Brandon was doing.
I was sitting back down.
Am I the asshole for not allowing my girlfriend's friends to sleep on our bed?
And it's not safe for work.
Why did you laugh when you... And it's not safe for work?
Because that sounds...
I giggity goo.
Goo 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 goo. Oh, buffalo chicken dip. A casserole, of course. A casserole. Ew, a whole ham is like $20 and a side of carrots is like $2. Ham?
I forgot Sam hates ham.
A whole ham. Go to sleep, E. E.
But don't.
E, go to sleep. Leave the stream running. But go to sleep.
Only if you want to. You don't have to listen to what Sam says.
You don't have to listen to me, but I think it's in your best interest.
Sam the ham hater.
I think I care about you.
He said, I think. Me and Brandon know that we care about you.
Yeah, Joe. Care about
So maybe don't listen to what he says.
Do you guys think she should go to sleep? You think E should go to sleep?
No, I think you should do what they want to do.
Okay.
That's what I think. And Brandon's got a heart right there. That's for E. And now he's got a smaller heart. That was all for E.
I did 3 variations.
Am I the asshole for not allowing my girlfriend's friends to sleep on our bed? My girlfriend, female 34, and I, male 35, are living together. We're renting a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. One room is for the guests, as we often have friends come around so they can just sleep over if they want. Although it's just one queen bed. Lease is under my name and I pay 2/3 of the rent and bills. My girlfriend takes care of the remaining third. Although we're not married yet, we're planning to get married sometime this year or next year. So I'm a big believer that our room where my girlfriend and I sleep to be our sacred place. I never let any of my friends to even come into our room, let alone sleep on our bed. It's my slash our personal space, sacred even. It's where all of my stuff is, and it's where we fuck, obviously.
Oh, okay.
There are a few instances where friends did enter our room but never were sleeping on our bed. So currently, I am outstation, and my girlfriend had her friends come over and are having a sleepover. They're all women and they're all friends too. Thing is, our place is small. We only have 2 queen beds, and there's one small couch in the living room. We do have some extra comforters and pillows where sometimes when more than 3 people are sleeping over, we can let them sleep in the living room, either on the couch or on the floor, with comforters and pillows and blankets. And of course, 2 or 3 friends can sleep on the queen bed in the guest room. Tonight, my girlfriend calls and tells me she plans to let one female friend sleep together with her on our bed. The other 3 girls are sleeping in the guest room. I'm not comfortable with this at all. I can compromise by letting her sleep on our bedroom floor with blankets and all, of course, but not our actual bed. In fact, there's a couch in the living room. She flipped out on me. Even her friend asked her if I'm comfortable and okay if she sleeps on the bed, and I told her, no, I'm not. It's my space. It's my bed. I sleep naked on it. I don't want other people to get into my safe space. So am I the asshole for not letting a female friend sleep on our bed with my girlfriend and asking her to sleep in the living room? My girlfriend says that would waste a perfectly good bed. Bear in mind, I'm not even there. I'm just not comfortable.
Yeah, I think so.
You think he's the asshole?
Oh, it's like a muted. It's not like asshole, but it's like asshole because you aren't there. So this is not affecting you. And if you're like worried about like the cleanliness or all that stuff, the sheets can be cleaned. Like all that, it's fine. I'm just trying to have a place for my friend to sleep. And so I think that's okay. Because I think about it, one time I had before I had a guest bed, uh, Myra and her daughter needed to stay over, and so I was like, I'll sleep on the couch. You guys can sleep in my bed. And I did feel weird about it. Like there is like a thing. I understand his thought about like, oh, it being a sacred place. This is my thing. That totally makes sense to me. But even though I felt weird about it, I'm like, it's the easiest thing. They needed a bed. This is big enough for both of them to sleep in. I don't want them to sleep on the couch. I like got over that feeling because it was like it was the reasonable thing to do. So that's why I'm like, I'm not saying you're an asshole because I'm like, I do get that, but this is like a solution and it's not like they're like selling it. They're like burning something in your bed or like they're not going to do anything to it. They're just laying in it and going to sleep, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I feel like you're a little bit of an asshole, especially since you're not there to even to really affect you. It's just the thought of it.
Yeah. I can agree. I think I understand where it becomes weird, and I feel like if personally for him, if that's not what he's comfortable with, then that's fine. For me, I think as long as like the sheets are cleaned and everything, and I'm not there is the biggest thing too.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I guess nobody's gonna use that bed, so I mean, why not? I mean, it's not like you guys never clean your sheets or whatever, and it's not like they're not gonna be cleaned afterwards. I do think it would feel weird to know that somebody slept in your bed,
Yes.
but like you're saying, it's probably easy to get over, you know? But him personally, I'm like, what do you think about the fact that he's like, I'm paying most of the rent, like, this is my room, my stuff is in it, like, my private personal stuff is in it?
Well,
Because
that's
that could also just be a thing of like his room in general. Like, I
yeah.
just don't want you in the room in general, because he also
Yeah.
specifies the room.
But then that gets the same thing to me because I don't like the thought process with people who are like with stay-at-home moms when the man is like, "Why pay for all this?" So I make the decision. I'm like, "No, we're both in a relationship, and you lording over because you make the money doesn't mean like you get to dictate everything. We should be able to come to the situation together. So I don't think just because he's paying most of the rent means like, oh yeah, I get to dictate everything that happens in the house. If we're in a relationship together, like if it's just like a roommate thing, then that's different. Then it is like a money thing. But if we're in a relationship together and we're trying to do this together, then there should be some camaraderie back and forth. I don't know.
Before I say what I was gonna say, Melissa Ann had something. Maybe he's worried that she's the woman Carl.
Oh, shout out Carl.
Not Carolina, if you will.
Man, that was good. But me personally, I don't care. Like it's like my bed, but I don't care if someone sleeps on it. Just change the sheets. But I'm a big smell person. I like the smell of stuff, but like I have like a certain detergent for my sheets and stuff. So just clean the sheets afterwards. I think there could have been compromise on both ends. Well, I guess she was bringing an idea. He could have compromised, but I also get him not wanting to because it's his boundary, personal boundary. He doesn't want anybody else in the room except him and his girl. I get that. I don't know. I actually don't. Because
It's like I can understand it, right? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, like everybody has different boundaries. They have different things and expectations of like, if you're saying even my friends, like sometimes they've come in, but that's very rare. Like
Right.
people don't come into that room, let alone sleep on that bed. It's like I can understand where you're coming from, but I also think like if you're not there, if the sheets are going to be cleaned, me personally, it's like, okay. It's weird, but it's not like I have anything like left out. But I think that's also the thing too, is like just knowing somebody else is in his space.
Right.
Where it's like I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
'cause-
I'm it's such a little asshole. I don't even want to yell it because I totally feel everything. Even the same thing going into someone's room. I'm like, yeah, that's weird. I don't know if I want you in my room ever. I don't want people just walking in my room unless I invited you into it.
Because in a perfect world, if they didn't need that bed, yeah, I would rather you not go into
Right.
that room at all.
Right.
Have the public areas be public, have the guest room be for guests, and have my private room be for me.
Right.
So it's like, but then it's like there's so many people sleeping over. It's like, okay. There's like 72 people in that apartment.
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
I'm trying to think about if there's like any weird boundaries that like even I would have where I could be very anal about, but I don't know. Because I think it's a boundary he's very, very particular about too.
Mhm.
Like from his side of things, it's a boundary he's like, no, this is it. Don't do this. But I don't.
Yeah, but
I
Leah
couldn't-
said something. Okay, go ahead.
No, go.
I was going to say, Leah said something interesting. She said she asked knowing that he wouldn't like it and then protested his boundary like a toddler.
Mm.
So there's that too. She specifically knew that he already didn't want that. I think that's a good point.
I mean, you could take it on the flip side that she even told him in general. She could have said nothing.
Yeah.
She could have been like, he's not here, I'm not going to bring it up. Because she probably did know that he wouldn't like it, and that's why she at least brought it up to discuss. Because I think a lot of people with me in that situation, they're not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
But that is fair. She could have.
Bye, Tabby.
Bye, Tab.
Yeah, a lot of people
Bye.
are saying stuff like everybody just sleep in the living room. The couch is available, so they don't need to use his bed. For me, it depends on the person. I agree with that too. It depends on the person.
If it's your musty friend, you're not letting him sleep in your bed.
If I've known you for 2 weeks, no, you're not sleeping on the bed. If you're like a childhood friend and I know you, and yeah, then maybe.
That's so interesting.
If you're like literally my little sister,
Not
I think there's, like,
sleeping in
certain
your bed.
Hmm?
Your little sister's not sleeping in your bed.
like if Hannah needed to sleep somewhere, who's my older sister,
Yeah.
and I would be like, hey, like, Brandon, can she sleep in our bed? Like, it's my sister.
Yeah.
It's not as weird as, not saying that weird, like, with a friend, but it's like somebody I literally grew up with even more. But yeah.
I still, I wonder where it comes from. Like, what is the feeling? Is it because it's like a place where you're the most vulnerable? Like you feel like an affinity to it? Because
Yeah.
I feel it, but I don't know what the reason why is.
Yeah. I think it is because even like, especially like me, I'm putting work into my room. Like I have an aesthetic going too. You know, it's like I care about it so much that when I see this place, I think of peace, think of self.
Mm-hmm.
So having someone either you don't really know or someone that's like not really like there, like other than your significant other here, and you having the knowledge of it, that's where you're like, that's my space. I built that from the ground up,
Yeah.
and someone else is there, and I'm not even there.
Then your camera's
Camera.
like, hey.
He's like, hey, what's that behind you? Turn around. You're like, oh. Yeah.
I mean, this is V. I don't want anyone in my bed except my man. Hey, stand on it. Hey.
It's the scattered clapping.
I think
Well, that's
the
what we got.
only reason I go back is just because you're not there. So it's like you're trying to dictate something that I feel like you can get over. I feel like you can generally get over that, especially if it's one night.
Yeah.
But
I
we're
do go
saying,
back
like,
to
do
what-
you have to get over? Is it something you have to?
No.
I think I go back to like what Leah's saying. If like for this specific couple, if they've talked about like relationship, like when it comes to boundaries and stuff, if they want this specific thing to be their private space, then that's enough. Because I feel like you're coming from, this is my assumption, you're coming from a place of you're like being like, for you, you're like, I can understand both sides. I don't really see an issue with either. Because we're like, it's a little bit different for us. But a lot of people are saying like, yeah, this is my private space. Like Lauren was saying, people being in my room without me gives me the ick. The only thing I can also think about too is like if he's gone and he doesn't expect somebody to be sleeping in his room, it's not like you prepared your room for like other people to see.
Right.
So not saying there's anything nasty in the room, but like, you know, laundry or it's not as organized. And it's
Right.
just like, oh, there's somebody in there when it looked like that? When it was more cluttered or I don't know.
And no, Savvy, I'm not asking. I don't think it's asked for forgiveness instead of permission. I definitely think it should be asked. I think she should ask him because it is, especially if it's true. Because I might have missed that in the story. If they definitely talked about this as a boundary, then it definitely should be asked. It should definitely be talked about. I think my thing was, I guess the whole boundary thing does make it different. Like if we discuss this as a boundary, then it makes it a whole different thing. I'm just coming from my perspective. I'm like, I've been in this situation. I felt weird about it, but I just did it. But that's just me. That doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's like, that's just how I handled it.
Right. Yeah. I couldn't tell if Brandon was about to say something or not.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe this is another one of those stories. You know, I don't
Hey, it
more
is.
more so for relationship advice than AITH.
Yeah. Momo said, I feel like if I said no and it's our space, but they asked, then they should respect my decision. So,
No.
updates, there's no updates. Top comment though, a lot of people were caught up about the fact of their ages and the fact that they were having sleepovers still. So they are 34 and 35. And top comment is the fact that you guys have sleepovers often enough for this to be an issue is hilariously foreign to me. And then they responded, not the asshole, it's your bed and you made a clear request. Just like having routine sleepovers in your mid-30s is all about personal preference, certainly not mine. So too are decisions about your personal space and possessions.
So much shade about the sleepover.
Dang, it's just like a sleepover.
What if they went out partying? Having a few drinks, came back, slept the night.
Maybe, but I kind of agree with that. Like as you get older, I'm like, I don't want to have sleepovers. Like I love my friends. I'm not trying to have a sleepover.
But at a certain point, I want you to leave.
Yeah.
Or if we are sleeping it, like if it's like a vacation-y thing where like we're all out, I want to leave the group and go to a solitary thing away from the group.
Me being introverted, hey Savannah, that's one of my favorite things is when we're doing our shoots in other places, like when we were in Colorado or Oklahoma. And the moment I'm like, I'm just gonna go take a break, and I just sit in the room on the bed for like 20 minutes just on the phone. It's amazing.
It's so
and nobody
good.
really nobody comes in people's rooms. It's great.
It's nice. That's the perfect thing. So if that's the sleepover, then yeah, man. If we all have our separate rooms, that's the sleepover I want.
Yeah.
They're both sharing rooms. They're
Well,
all
that's
sharing
it.
rooms.
That's what we got. That's
it.
this week.
Shout out Eudora, how long we've been on. We've been on for 3 hours, and it's looking like we're coming to a close. Oh, no.
But stay tuned, guys, for an announcement that's happening very soon. Not this week, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. I am going to go ahead and tell you guys now, for those of you who are watching, we just filmed an episode last night with SJ. We filmed an episode last week with Hannah, my sister. I'm going to try as hard as I possibly can to edit this so that it comes out on Tuesday. So we're going to do like another double upload type situation. So it's going to be a longer episode, hopefully. I'm going to try my hardest to do it. But it's a really quick turnaround. Nobody's forcing me to do this. I just want to get it out as quick as possible. I also want to say that. It's not like it's me. I'm holding a gun to my back. I'm like, edit right now. And I'm like, okay. Okay. So hopefully a double upload on Tuesday. So longer episode, because I think we're going to probably start doing longer episodes one time a week. If for the people that have been with us for a longer time, we've done every once in a while like 2 episodes a week, shorter episodes, but now I think we want to get into a groove of longer episodes one time a week. That's hopefully the goal that we're going to be going towards.
Yeah.
So.
And she's not saying I'm the problem, Melissa. This is totally a Madi thing.
It is a Madi thing. It's a Madi brain work, get it done thing.
Brandon, when are you coming back to TikTok Live?
I was actually trying to do it the other night just randomly, but soon, very, very soon. Very soon. And by soon, I mean then the next couple of days.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow, Evelyn just said, Sam, it's implied that you're the problem, not said. Betty said, dang, I was drunk, sober, and I got ready to get drunk again.
Oh my gosh.
Betsy, okay, you know what's... Betsy, I hope you have a good night, okay?